certain extreme situations, the law is inadequate. In order to shame its inadequacy, it is necessary to act outside the law, to pursue natural justice. This is not vengeance. Revenge is not a valid motive, it's an emotional response. No, not vengeance. Punishment.
Tonight we have a chance to say, yeah, you're right. We're too extreme, we're too wild, we're too out of control, we're too full of our own shit. Or we have a chance to say, hey, fuck you, you're wrong. Fuck you, we're right. Because you have all made it to the dance. Because believe me, this is the dance. Start the show.
What's going on, everybody? Welcome to the show. You can pay me to stop. Everything comes back to the almighty dollar. I am motivated by money today. I'm feeling the roots of my first name. He's so prestigious. Welcome to the show. Has that been in your head at all today? You don't know what that is. It's a 16-bit cover. You know what the best... You guys are going to love this. You know what the best part of that song is? It does not trigger a YouTube demonetization. It does not... You're going to love that part of it. There's absolutely no downside to playing that song. I didn't have to play a 16-bit version. I just thought it would be fun and cheeky. There's, like, if I do this right now, and it doesn't matter how many times I do it. If I do this right now.
Say his name and he appears. I believe in Joe Hendry. I believe in Joe Hendry.
There's zero consequence for me doing that. And you're not going to believe it, right? You're like, Aaron, come on. They got to tag you. They got to demonetize. No, not a thing. There's no copyrights. Nobody hits you for it. Nothing. Can literally just do this all day if you wanted.
Cause you love them in London and Paris
and Tokyo, America, Scotland, and Canada, and Mexico. What do they say?
I believe in
Joe Hendry. I believe in Joe Hendry. So I'm kind of bummed already about my newfound Joe Hendry fandom. I just discovered this guy at the Royal Rumble on Saturday because I check in with pro wrestling once a year. The Steel Toe audience has become very acquainted with Joe Hendry now over the last 24 hours. The bad news is I go on Twitter today. He's everywhere. Joe Hendry is so I didn't sneak in under the wire of like, hey, look at this, obscure thing that I found. Now everybody's a Joe boy. Everybody's a Joe boy now, and I'm not special. Joe Hendry was everywhere. Here's the Royal Rumble with Paul Levesque, Triple H, the man who runs WWE. Look at that. Look at that tweet today from Triple H. I believe. And there he is with Joe Hendry. There's nothing I could do. There's nothing I could do. And then he was on Ariel Helwani's show today. Ariel Helwani has a huge show online, and there they are. They're doing the turning point. They're doing the Joe Hendry move. And again, his tweet, I believe. Everybody believes in Joe Hendry now. So I thought we could have some fun before the entire world went Joe Hendry, but that's okay. We can still love what we love. And I'm still Toe Hendry. And you believe. Say my name and I appear. Good evening, everybody. Welcome to the show. Glad to have you. You can be honest. You can tell me straight. Did it get in your head? Did it get in your head? I just need to know if you sang it at all today. I just need to know if you thought about Joe Hendry at all today. And don't do one of those things where you lie to me because you don't want to admit it, because you want to be a tough guy. Don't be a no butter. No butter. Pants Maestro's ears started ringing. Admit that I believe in Joe Hendry got in your head a little bit today. Just a little bit. Ivana Tinkle said, in my head, and it is stuck. Yes. So happy about that. Usually when you host a show, you want your audience to feel good and think of you when the show's not on and go, wow, I can't wait till he's on again. I'm always entertained. My day goes by a little quicker. Not this show. This show, we like you to think of us and go, that piece of shit. God, I hate him. That always makes me feel better. You know, something about the parasocialness of the unrepentant love that makes me go, kind of gay. But when people go, Aaron, I hate him. Do you know how much more energy that takes? Do you know how much of your mind that I control and occupy if I get, there's so much more power in hate than there is in love. Let's go to, someone said, did you see the DSP get a job sign in the live background? I did. And then Chad Buzamok cut it and edited it and posted on Twitter and made it look like somebody posted a sign that said SP get a job. Which doesn't make a sense. Doesn't make a sense. It doesn't make sense because she has one, but it still would have been awesome. He's like, what if it would have been real? And I was like, it would have been the greatest fucking thing ever. It would have been so. I would die. I would die if there was a steel toe reference on a sign at a wrestling event. That would be great. And bonus points if it's a Toe Hendry sign. Numero uno Josh Denny fan says, respectfully, as a... Oh, no. Oh, no. You guys, Triple N just said, great, now I have to leave. Numero uno Josh Denny fan. He says, respectfully, as a member of the evening audience, I've got to ask, who the fuck is Joe Hendry? So, funny you should ask. Saturday, I checked in with the Royal Rumble. It's the only time I watch. Kraken, people are in the chat now saying, why, numero uno? Why? This is your punishment for selectively editing me earlier today. So, Joe Hendry is a professional wrestler for Total Nonstop Action Wrestling. He's their world champion. And WWE has a talent sharing agreement with them. And he showed up at the Royal Rumble as entrant number 15. And I'd never seen this guy before. They said he was the most viral superstar of 2024 or of the last 12 months or whatever it was. And I hear his theme music and people start going batshit. And this is a guy from a different promotion, you know, and these WWE fans are, oh my God, these WWE fans are going nuts over the guy. So numero uno, I start looking up Joe Hendry and his theme music. I'm in. He's like inspirational and motivational, and his whole gimmick is say his name and he appears. And you just have to believe in Joe Hendry and he'll be there. He's like Santa Claus. So, numero uno Josh Denny fan, if you need to know who Joe Hendry is, allow me to educate you. Here you go.
Say his name and he appears. I believe in Joe Hendry.
Everybody.
I believe in Joe Hendry. Cause they love him in London and Paris and Tokyo, America, Scotland and Canada and Mexico.
What do they say?
They say, I believe in Joe Hendry.
Everybody.
I believe in Joe Hendry.
How do you not? How do you not? Guys, that wasn't my fault. By the way, sings his own theme music, just like Shawn Michaels. So that was not my fault. It's not on me that I had to play that. Numero uno Josh Denny fan asked who he was, and I give my audience what they're my paying customers. I give them what they want. Like, if you don't want any Joe Hendry references the rest of the night, knock out the goal before 8 o'clock and cool. I'm all about money. 100%. I know I'm going to do a good show, so I'm goal obsessed. I'm 1,000% obsessed with never missing another goal again. So your money, literal gold to me. I'm a whore. I'm a pathetic, ruthless whore. A pirate with a microphone, just begging for your booty. In the sense that treasure, you understand. That's the, all right. Numero uno Josh Denny fan says, how do these evening audience people seem to know what's going on? Bro, call it ego, call it whatever you want. These people are fucking bananas about the toe. They can't live without it. The more they hate it, the more they can't fucking live without it. I own their psyche. That's why. Because I do an incredible show and they can't help but flock to Steel Toe. I'm feeling myself just a little bit. Probably because I've been sick as a dog the last week and I'm finally feeling better. So yes, that's why. Triple N says Hendry isn't even a real name. I'm not going to sit here and listen to this nonsense. I'm not going to sit here and listen to hateration or holleration in this dancery. Taste Fairy Ialto says, just don't watch any other Joe Hendry songs. You'll be very disappointed. $5 from Numero Uno Josh Denny fan says, this is insanely catchy. I hope to hear a lot more of this guy. Hey, guys, did you hear that? Numero Uno wants to hear more Joe Hendry. Thanks, buddy. Adam Simon gifting a membership over on YouTube. I appreciate it. And Oz with $5 over on PayPal. What a great start to the show. Thank you, guys. Let's go fucking apeshit, huh? You know what I would dream of? I would fucking dream of that 185 going out like that. Everybody go crazy. Everybody get nuts. Let's look for the purple banana till they put us in the truck. Everybody give me money. Everybody click PayPal. Everybody click Streamlabs. Just throw it. Don't even think about it. As they say in Billy Madison, don't even think about it. Just hand it over. We knocked it out this morning. I want to have a perfect day today. I can't go without. This isn't sarcasm, by the way. I'm in too competitive a mood. I'm feeling myself too much. There were people on Twitter today finally acknowledging, they're like, there's so many people. Like, toe derangement syndrome has become a thing that the internet's now using. There's a lot of people with it, and they just can't get over it. And they're just obsessed. And they Aaron's got them. In fact, a lot of the Dabbleverse Twitter accounts today, which, I like to hang out outside the Dabbleverse and observe them because they're interesting creatures. They're my pets. And they're out there. The commentators there are saying nobody makes him feel like Steel Toe does. He gets them all melting down, whether it's Patrick, whether it's his fans, everybody else. Aaron's in their head. It's a goddamn infection. And you're fucking right, it is. And the only thing that we need is money. That's it. We don't need your love. We don't need you to suck up or anything like that. All we need is money. That's it. So we fucking got him, man. Actual Steel Toe wearer too. We got him. It to watch Twitter start to turn and finally notice what I've been noticing for a long time. They're like, Steel Toe derangement syndrome is real. They can't get enough. And you see, like, actual Steel Toe wearer, he's been wanting a crack for a long time, not getting it. Now he's just going to have to delude himself into thinking it's happening. That is the very last stage before surrender. That's Hitler in the bunker commanding Steiner's column that doesn't exist. Thank you. Actual Steel Toe wearer, you know what? You're gone. How's that? That is ultimate power. Victory is mine. Because that is the worst thing you can do to those people, is cut them off from access from the man. Numero uno Josh Denny fan with $5 says, let's go fucking crazy. Let the hate flow through you. That's what I say too, baby. We're going to sit here and rock and roll and have a great time. And, all they're going to do is need me more. Oh, they're saying bye, gay F word. They're giving them the na. Oh, boy. Sorry, pal. Hey, if you be a good boy, maybe daddy will let you back in. Probably not, though. All right, thank you very much, numero uno. $180 away from today. Let it all flow in. Let's throw it all in. Let's get those numbers through the roof. Like, follow, subscribe. Throw in 10, 20, 30. Let's see if we can just do four $50 drops. Call it a win. Maybe one of you wants to go full-on informal warfare. Just drop a $200 in there and call it a night. Here's what the Chad Buzamok Top Donations board looks like right now. We've got Gray Duckling in first at $52. And then check this shit out, guys. It's all women. From there, 3 out of the 4 top spots, women. Jessica at $50. Shannon at $25. Miss Tay at $20. Now, we got Adam Simon. He's getting close at $15. Numero uno's at $10. So we got some guys who are knocking on the door. We got a bunch of 5s and 15s and 20s and shit like that. But the top 4 right now, 3 out of the 4 spots are chicks, girls, DEI. You guys love that shit, don't you? Billy Bob Norris says, you want to get nuts? Come on, let's get nuts. It's just you feel that turning point where the rats are scattering and they've got no comeback for it. You just pointed out to them, you're like, you need this. You talk about it all the time. You're obsessed with it. You can't get enough. I've beaten you into submission and you don't even know it yet. All right, let's get going with the show. You guys make with the cash. That's the deal. If that relationship remains symbiotic, there's nothing stopping the toe. So throw it in, and then I don't have to do this all night. All I have to do is what I do best. Let's put on a little show for you fine folks. Throw in the dollars. Streamlabs, PayPal, and Venmo are my 3 favorite ways to get contributions to this program. But however you can throw your hard-earned cash at us, we appreciate it. Mr. Beast is criminally unfunny. But that's okay, because Mr. Beast is for kids. You know, my son watches Mr. Beast. It's fine. He does stupid little things. He does silly little, games and, makes people crawl on the ground for his money and shit. But he did ask a question that popped up on Twitter today. Now, his tweet is from years ago, but it did get me thinking a little bit that, number one, he's not creative and he's kind of a dipshit. But number 2, the response to this tweet, I thought this is something I could throw to my audience, and they can make something with this. Adam Simon with $2 says, we got to diversify that list. Come on, Toe Boys. $2. Make it 20, everybody, and we'll be done with this, can-rattling shit in no time. Go bananas. So, Vadam with $5 says, good afternoon, Aaron. What's new with the Vikings? Any good mock trades out there? Go Eagles, fly Eagles, fly. I mean, your Rumble rant was great until that last part. It was great until that last part. Vadam, I appreciate it. Hey, everybody do that. Don't stop. Everybody get in there with that 5. 175 away. Let's go. Let's go. So, Mr. Beast tweeted this years ago, and somebody, a guy named Garbage Human on Twitter, responded to it today. Now, this part, criminally unfunny. Mr. B says, the whitest thing you can do is use the divider at checkout in a grocery store. Like, I like a good the whitest thing you can do thing. Like, those are fun. Those can be funny. Those can be interesting. There's nothing white about using a divider at a grocery store checkout. It's literally the thing you do. There's a person ahead of you. They have their groceries. You put the divider in there so the cashier knows not to ring your items up and give it to them. It's just common courtesy and organization. There's nothing worse than an unfunny person like Mr. Beast who's really popular, who can get away with just stupid shit. I don't know why stuff like this bothers me so much, but it does. The whitest thing you can do is use the divider at checkout in a grocery store. No, that's actually pretty normal people shit. Also, I'm not going to sit here and entertain the nonsense that Mr. Beast does his grocery shopping. Stop. There's nothing, like, what a waste of an easy premise. Like, it's a hack premise to begin with. The whitest thing you can do. But there's 500 things you can say that would get a chuckle out of somebody. Use the divider at a checkout in a grocery store? Bro. So, somebody at Garbage Human responded and said, what's the blackest thing you can do at a grocery store? And you know what I decided? I decided I could come up with it. But here's the thing if I come up with it. If I come up with it, then I have to own it. You know? When I have a creative audience that loves a question like that and would be very interested in answering it. So, boys and girls, let's do a little punch-up on Mr. Beast's joke, shall we? The whitest thing you can do at a grocery store is use the divider at the checkout. Terrible fucking joke, awful premise. Everybody uses the divider. Shut up, you fucking dork. But the more punched up premise of the blackest thing you can do at a grocery store, I'm going to grab my deck of cards. I'm going to start shuffling, and I'm going to watch the Rumble chat. And if you guys want to throw in a couple bucks while you come up with these ideas, I'm here for it. We're 175 away from tonight. Let's fucking go. Let's see what you got. Blackest thing you can do at a grocery store. Brett Mack says, shoplift, walk out with over $1,000 in stolen items, start shooting. See, now that's three things, but okay, I understand. We'll split them all up. Taste Fairy Ialto says, I've actually heard basketball Americans complain about that before. What? Black people complain about people using the divider? Do they really? Why? Like, you would think you would appreciate that. Then I don't have to pay for other people's shit accidentally. Why would you complain about that? Maybe it is white. Maybe Mr. Beast is right and I'm an asshole. Here we go. Fuck you, dude, with $10 says, put me on the board. Kick one of those broads off. You got it. Fuck you, dude. Fuck you, dude. By my count, that puts you at $25, which puts you tied with Shannon for third place. So Miss Tay comes off the board. So now we got two dudes and two chicks on the leaderboard, and we're 165 away from tonight's goal. Guys, you know what I love most? Streamlabs, PayPal, Venmo. Those are my favorites. Go ahead, jump on it. Let's hammer this thing out tonight. All right. What do black people do at the grocery store? What's the blackest thing to do at the grocery store? Loaded Wrench with $2 says, rob it on my lunch break. Well, no, I don't. Numero uno, Josh Denny fans. See this? By the way, numero uno getting close to getting on that board as well. Numero uno with $5 writes, blackest thing you can do at a grocery store? Buy watermelon. SP and I happen to love watermelon when it's in season. So it's good to know that we're getting street cred whenever we buy. You know what, though? Do black people do the thing where you hold it up with one hand and you pat it with the other and you listen? And you... Because you got to look for one that's got a decent field patch on it, right? That little thing on the bottom, the field patch. And then you got to hold it and just kind of tap it like this a little bit. And if you hear a little bit of vibration in there, you got yourself a good sweet melon. I promise you. I promise you. I'm a fucking dork, aren't I? I'm a fucking dork. Let's go to Billy Bob Norris says, blackest thing you can do at a grocery store, smell like weed, talk loudly, toss out the N-word. I work at a grocery store. Well, I mean, look, the man's experienced. He knows of what he speaks. Guys, we do have to kick. Wait. No, we don't have to kick another chick off the board, but we have another one tied for third. Oz with $20 says, fine. Thank you, Oz. I appreciate that. Make it 50 and you're the man. 145 away from tonight. Guys, let's go. You're killing it right now. Keep it up. Keep throwing them in there. 5, 10, 20 really knocks it down quick. You've got us down to 145 already tonight. Click those links that we put up in the chat and throw a couple bucks at the toe. We've got Brett Mack saying, wait by the front door begging for drug money. Numero uno has officially, oh no, because the board is at 25, right? So numero uno's not quite on the board yet, but he's getting close. Numero uno, Josh Denny with $5 says, take a shit on the floor while smoking a Black and Mild. Now that's like, we're not even getting creative, are we? We're just trying to be as racist as we possibly can be. This is, Rusty Grammar simply writes steal. Why? Why? You know what? Maybe I'm the problem. Maybe I'm the one sitting here going, oh, I'm going to pitch this to the audience. They'll super chat us, which they are. You guys are doing a wonderful job of that. And I'm like, but they'll be really creative. And no, it's just buy watermelon and smoke Black and Milds and take a shit on the floor. This is just, feel like the bit's turning on me a little bit. Adam Simon, thank you for gifting 5 memberships, buddy. That's going to put Adam on the board. Oh, we just kicked another chick off the board. So now just Jessica with her $50 is on the board. Oh, now numero uno's tied for that 4th spot again. 25 is the 4th spot. You got Adam at 30. So I mean, technically, Shannon and Jessica are in there because Shannon's at 25. But I think numero uno Josh Denny fans looking to sneak up on her because numero uno is now at 25 as well. Loaded Wrench with $2 says, blackest thing you can do at a grocery store, spend a fake 20, then fight the police in the parking lot. Numero uno Josh Denny fan with $5 says, swing from the rafters while hooping and hollering. You see how I maybe think this got away from me a little bit? It's, whitest thing you can do in the grocery store, blackest thing. Okay, let's switch. Let's switch it up a little bit. Whitest thing you can do at the grocery store. Feel free, go ahead, throw in a couple bucks if you feel the need. We do appreciate it, but here, go ahead. Whitest thing you can do at the grocery store. Let's go ahead and check it out. One person texting in saying, I would like to contribute, but I've been blocked from Super Chats. Well, Rusty probably did it because you fucking deserve it. So why don't you use PayPal or Venmo then? Go over to Rumble. Donate that way. Otherwise, zip. All right, let's see. Kraken Slappin says, whitest thing you can do at the grocery store, pay for your stuff. Let's see, that's not why it's... Numero uno Josh Denny fan is now officially on the board. Numero uno has now kicked a woman out of the top 5. So I'm having a hard time keeping track because there's a lot of people chipping in. But I've got Oz and Fuck You Dude at 25, Adam at 30, Numero uno at 30. So that means Gray Duckling, who's now at 54, Jessica at 50, and Numero uno and Adam both at 30. So now there's only one woman in the top 4, and it's Jessica with $50. If 3 of you get up over $50 tonight, it's all dudes. Whitest thing you can do at the grocery store, Numero uno Josh Denny fan says, hang a black person from the raft. Are you drinking? Are you drinking? I ask you. Gray Duckling with $2 says, whitest thing you can do at the grocery store, ask for the manager. Well, that actually sounds really kind and incredibly respectful. Thank you, sir. Whitest thing you can do at the grocery store, Ivana Tinkle says, be polite. Fuck You Dude says, whitest thing is buy cranberry walnut bread and tomato basil soup, fag. Okay, look, it was one time, and it was actually a good combo, and I defend myself on that thoroughly. Put your cart back, says Hooters Girl. Park within the lines, says Brett Mack. Whitest thing you can do at the grocery store, $2 from Loaded Wrench, says shop with my dad. I will say this. I didn't think we were going to get as much mileage out of that Mr. Beast tweet as we've gotten. And I have to say, I'm kind of happy about it. I'm kind of happy that we've gotten as much mileage on it. However, anytime I go to anything race-based on this show, I do end up with a really, really a deeper understanding of just how fucking disappointing my audience is when it comes to social cues and decency. But it makes for good content. And after all, we're here for two things on Steel Toe: good content and money. Speaking of money, guess what? 120 away from tonight's goal. Holy shit. Can we knock this thing out by the end of the first hour? I'd be fucking pumped about it. Open up that PayPal and just dump your kid's allowance into it. That's where I'm at. You know what I'm saying? I'm saying fuck it. No more guilt. Empty their piggy bank into my fucking pocket. That's what I say. 120 away from tonight. You guys are doing great. Keep it going. You've almost got these filthy Quim knocked out of the top four. Shannon's out. Miss Tay's out. Jessica's still hanging in there at 50. Once you guys kick her out, Cole will probably not be knocked out by that point. So thank you very much. And then start giving, well, Gray Duckling's already kind of feeling the heat because you got two guys at 30 already. Then you got Oz and Fuck You Dude and some other people at 25. There's some heat there. There's some heat, my friends. All right. Are we good with the whitest thing you can do at the grocery store bit? I believe we are. Oh, no, my chat went funky. Whew, got it back. The Rumble chat's been doing that lately. The YouTube chat hasn't been doing it. The Rumble chat has, which is very strange. Whitest thing you can do at a grocery store. Rusty Grammar says, whitest thing you can do at a grocery store is see an old black lady pick up her groceries and bag it. Actually very sweet. McBuster says, whitest thing you can do at the grocery store, take a dump in the produce section. Wait, but numero uno said that's the blackest thing you can. Fuck You Dude says, white trash version is hot dog buns and queso. Oh, well, see, I did that too. Brett Mack says, whitest thing you can do at the grocery store, come back to my kids with the milk. All right, I get it, guys. I get it. Leah says, because Rumble needs to invest in their platform instead of cokeheads. Well, they're working on that. I mean, they've cut almost everybody off from their Rumble contracts, right? Because you've got, I think, Bongino. He's one of the owners, I think. Bongino, Crowder, Brand. I mean, only the huge names have a Rumble deal. Rumble learned their lesson. Like, they gave these contracts to guys who didn't deserve them and didn't earn them and whose audiences were falling. And they were thinking, oh, we'll pay these guys and then they'll bring their audience over from YouTube. But what they found out was those guys just took the money and ran, got lazier, weren't motivated, didn't do shows, and then lost them fuckloads of money. Like Rumble took a bath on bringing those people over. So yeah, no, I think they're fixing it. I think they're fixing it, Leah. I think they've cut down on those contracts. They've not renewed a shitload of people, and they're starting to. I don't know if Trump being president is going to be good or bad for Rumble. I haven't really thought yet whether or not it's going to be good or bad. Because on one hand, it's like there's going to be plenty of content. I will say this: prepping a show, you have to actively try and limit how much Trump stuff you grab, because the guy is busy as shit. He's constantly doing stuff. There's so many things getting done every day. We're going to talk about some of it tonight. We'll talk about some of it tomorrow. So that's probably good for Rumble since they're right-leaning, but also being the people who are like against the system and like against, like being against Biden, for example, and DEI and all that shit. You're kind of the underdog coming up from underneath. There's a value in that. So I don't know if being pro-Trump is a better business model before he's president or after. I think you could make an argument for both. Oz with another $25 over on PayPal.
We want the gold, sucker. Hulk Hogan, we coming for you, nigga.
Guys, that means Oz is at $50. He's tied with Jessica for second place. And he's just $4 behind Gray Duckling. Red Fox Mad with $4.99 says Adam is a shitter cleaner. mean, I don't think that was necessary. It seems like fighting words. I think we need toe unity, but who the fuck am I? Hey, guess what, boys and girls? That means that we're just $95 away from holy shit, we're over halfway done. Can we be done by the end of the hour? $95 in the next 30 minutes? What a fucking Monday that would be. You guys are the best, and I work for money. Swervy says, say his name and he appears. Finish it, Aaron. Well, I don't. Guys, do you know what they're asking? Say his name and he appears. What is he? I'm not sure. We're just coming out of a great bit where we were, doing some racial stuff here on the show. We're pretty good at it. This audience is pretty solid when you bring them the racial stuff. Say his name and he appears. I don't know what that means. Anybody in the chat know what they're talking about? Say his name and he appears. Got over 300 people checking out the show right now, about 350 with all the platforms considered. What do you think they mean by that? Taste Fairy Ialto says Jimi Hendrix, I think. Billy Bob Norris says Rumpelstiltskin. I mean, who would it be? Who says say their name and they appear? Beetlejuice, perhaps? Kraken Slappin says Candyman. Oh! Gray Duckling with $5 says John Henry, the black guy who with the steam drill. Oh, okay. Oh, wait a minute. Bloody Mary, Jack Handy. Oh, you guys are coming up with some good ones. Jesus. Numero uno, I hate you for that $2, by the way. I think I know why you did that. It makes counting your total more difficult. 32. Sam Show says, you better fucking not. I better fucking not what? Numero uno, Josh Denny fan with $2 says, I believe in Toe Hendry. Well, the funny thing about Toe Hendry is,
say his name and he appears. I believe in
Toe Hendry. Everybody, if you don't clap, you're not a believer.
Cause they love him in London and Paris and Tokyo, America, Scotland and Canada and Mexico. They say, I believe in Joe Hendry. I believe in Joe Hendry.
Everybody believes in Toe Hendry. Oh, boy, that's a juxtaposition, is it not? It's Toe Hendry. That's who you say his name and he appears. Oh, my goodness. Thank you very much. Gray Duckling with $10 over on YouTube says Jack McHoff. It'd be Jack Mehoff. Way to fuck up the... Why would you do it right at Steel Toe? Why would anybody play along and do it right for me? Why would they? Numero uno with $1 says, clap along, Toe Bros. God damn, hold on a second. 33. There you go. I keep track for everybody. That puts us $90 away for today. Leah says, I legit had this in my head at work today. That's the only reason I do it, is so that all of you get it in your head and you go, fucking Aaron, God damn it. That's what I'm going for. Some people say that that's a shitty thing to do. Some people say that that's weird and evil. Some people say it's remarkably manipulative. And my response would be, yes. Yes. Kraken Slappin says, I hate his two-tone hair and beard combo. So gay. Fucking jealous. That's all it is. Taste Fairy Ialto says, Booker T does actually have kayfabe heat with Hendry. Fucking, let me tell you something right now. Booker T don't want to fuck with Joe Hendry. Joe Hendry is so prestigious. There's no way Booker T is going to do any damage to that boy. Let me tell you. All right, guys, $90 away. Put this pathetic fucking goal out of its misery already. $90? That ain't shit. Let's bury it. Plus, I think you guys, have you kicked all the girls out? No, Jessica's still in there. Jessica's actually tied for second place with Oz. Gray Duckling's at 64. So Oz is $14 behind Gray Duckling. So is Jessica. But then you've got Numero Uno in third at 33. Adam in fourth at 30. So 30's the threshold. There's 3 dudes and 1 chick in the top 4. Who doesn't like those odds? $90 away. Keep fighting over that top spot. We'll have this thing pulled out like a bad tooth, my friends. Oz with another $20. Uh-oh. Oz is dropping them tonight. Oz wants to be number 1.
We want the gold, sucker. Hulk Hogan, we coming for you, nigga.
Oh, boy. $70 away from tonight's goal, and Oz is officially in first place with $70. Oh, boy. We've got ourselves a little bit of a battle royale going on here on the Toe this evening, which I appreciate because it means more wins for the Toe. So Oz is now in first with $70. And now that means that it's really anybody's ball game in that top 4. Jessica is now hanging on precariously in third place. She's $20 from numero uno and Adam away from falling out of the top 4, and this being a complete sausage fest. Yankee saying Oz must be drunk as fuck. Hey. Don't you fucking judge Oz. Oz is doing a wonderful job tonight. Is he drunk? It doesn't matter. Oz is so prestigious.
Wave your hands from side to side and say, I believe in Joe Hendry. Cause Joe Hendry is so prestigious. Wave your hands from side to side and say,
What do we say? I believe in Joe Hendry. I've really got to work on that. Like, objectively needs to be worked on. All right, $5 from Adam Simon says, Die Show heute Abend ist ausgeschneit, which translates into the show is excellent tonight. Thank you, Adam Simon. You're so prestigious. Gray Duckling with $1. God damn it. That puts him at 65. So Oz is at 70. Gray Duckling's at 65. Numero uno, Josh, Denny, and Adam. Adam is now ahead of numero uno, 35 to 33. And that's our top 4 on the Chad Buzamach Top Toe Nations board. Kraken Slappin says, what's the rule on wearing white pants? If you do it outside the house, you're a fee. Leah says the Joe Hendry song sounds like cheesy Christian rock. You can see yourself the fuck out. Not good. You think I'm kidding? Now you've just brought down the mood of the show. Shitting on the Joe Hendry entrance theme? Are you out of your fucking mind? Do you want to get fucking jumped? No, I'm just... I really do like the song. Can I admit something to you today? A second Celsius was unnecessary. I didn't need this. I'm feeling a little geeked out at the moment. But I've never tried this one. It's called Cosmic Vibe. It's a sparkling fruit punch edition. I love this shit. It's really, really good. And I took a 2-hour nap today on the chair. I went out and I did all my clips down here after the show. I did all my editing, all my clips, worked on some shirt ideas. And then I was just feeling stir crazy from being sick for so long. So I went out and I shoveled the driveway and shoveled the sidewalk. And then I turned on that Manhunt O.J. Simpson thing because Gino told me it was really good. And I sat down to watch that. And I just passed out in the chair with Gordy from like 1 to 3 this afternoon. And then it was back to the old hunting grounds, if you will, back to work. So I really didn't need this second one, but I'm feeling very prestigious. Adam Simon with $1. That puts him at 36. I don't like, you guys are doing this bit tonight where you're making me keep track very closely. Gray Duckling with $4 says 69, bruh. All right, Gray Duckling's now at 69. He's $1 behind Oz for first place. Hooters Girl says, wow, you're gay. Which part's gay? Please, educate me, inform me. Which part's gay? By the way, that now puts the goal at $65 for tonight. Do you know how fucking tickled pink I would be if you assholes got this thing knocked out before the end of the first goddamn hour? What a win for the toe that would be. Pip with $1. Thank you, Pip, hooray. Leah says someone has to have good bits on this show. Kraken Slappin says, you were going stir crazy. You mean at the lake? White Bear Lake? Well, at first I thought Moose Lake, but then I thought maybe White Bear Lake down by Svedlin and Eklunds. Las Tejas says, the Aaron part. The Aaron part is gay. Oh, the part where it's me. I understand. All right, do you guys mind if we actually talk about something tonight? Or should I just fuck off? Hold on, wait a minute. Is this a new $20 coming in from Oz? Another $20 coming in from Oz. He's up to 90 tonight. I guess he's telling Gray Duckling to go fuck himself. And his $69 that he's at. Thank you, Oz, for another 20.
We want the gold, sucker. Hulk Hogan, we coming for you, nigga.
There we go. And guess what? 45 away from another win for the toe tonight. You guys have been fucking crazy this evening. I appreciate it so much. Oh, my God. And I haven't even done anything yet. We're just talking about Joe Hendry and white people and black people. That's all you guys want to do. Blue Key says, me and my husband love Steel Toe. He's trans. Everybody else just has the calculations running in their head, right? Hold on. Me and my husband. It's my husband and I, first of all. You fucking uneducated trans boob. No, I'm just kidding. Me and my husband and I love Steel Toe. He's trans. So your husband was born a woman and is now a dude. Okay. All right. You want me to not do trans jokes tonight? I can cut it out. Hey, like a dick. Let's go. Leah says, someone check on Oz. His account might have been hacked. Yeah, Oz, do us a favor. Send in $50 if your account hasn't been hacked. We just want to make sure you're okay. We want to make sure that you're all right and you're safe and and nobody's stealing. If someone has not hacked your account, and this is the real Oz, send in $50 on PayPal right now so we know you're all right. That's the most important thing. All right, let's go ahead and jump into the things that we wanted to jump into tonight. I don't know if this stuff is going to be as fun as the fucking around we've been doing for the last 45 minutes. Maybe there's a reason that the evening shows draw all the money. It could be that people aren't at work and they can sit down, they can throw a few bucks in when we're having a good time. Or it could be that maybe the audience likes the loosey-goosey format of the evening show a little bit more. I don't know. Or maybe I'm just getting plumb lucky. All I know is we got 15 minutes away from the end of the hour, $45 left in the goal, and that thing can be hammered out by the end of the first hour, and that would be some cool shit. Click the links, throw in a couple bucks. Let's do it. Las Tejas says, no, it's Johnny the Albatross. I don't think that's the case because I fucked Johnny over this morning. Johnny had a Waterboy reference that I didn't pick up. And it was a Farmer Fran reference, and I thought it was a Jim Ross reference, and I moved right past it. I feel terrible. Actually, my voice just squeaked, and I covered it up. Gray Duckling says, or maybe we are drunk. Maybe you are. You could be drunk, which is great. That loosens up the pocketbook, which makes me no better than a common whore, but I've never said I was anything better. Leah says, it's because we are more fun. Well, then goddamn. Thanks. As George Carlin once said, blondes have more fun. They also have more VD. All right, let's go to, of course, we've got Trump updates today. I tell you what, guys, I think I need to shut my fucking mouth on tariffs. I just need to shut up and admit I don't know what the hell I'm talking about. Maybe I got too much of that old libertarian left in me and I got to kick it out with the rest of that shit and just admit that tariffs rule and that they're awesome and they're like the best thing in the world. Here's the way Trump uses these tariffs that I'm starting to come around on. And I'm willing to admit I was wrong on tariffs and Trump's right. To use them as a threat of leverage when you are the biggest wallet at the dinner table. To use it to get your way. It's really frustrating to watch him break these smaller countries so easily because it makes me look back at the leaders we've had the rest of my life and go, none of these people gave a fuck about America. None of these people cared about us, which I know is not a secret, but like None of these people cared about making America an amazing place or dominating other countries or establishing ourselves as the world superpower. And they could have at any time. They could have flipped a switch, snapped their fingers and gone, no, America doesn't want to do it, so you're not doing it. And if you don't do what we want you to do, we're going to use the power of our pocketbook and we're going to bend you to our will. Trump is doing this shit all within 2 weeks. It's so simple. Trump goes, I'm putting a tariff. Like, what was the first one? Colombia? He said to Colombia, give me 1 CD and then give me 14 more for 99 cents. Wait, that's Columbia House. I apologize. But he said to Colombia, we're putting a 25% tariff on all your products unless you take these illegals from Colombia that we're deporting. And Colombia went, yeah, fuck you. And Trump went, all right, the tariffs start on tomorrow morning. And by the end of the night, Colombia went, all right, we'll take them. And then Trump's like, fentanyl. This fentanyl is killing the American people. It is actually really nice to hear a president talk compassionately about people he'll never meet and the American people that have been overlooked and not given a shit about by their leaders. Like, to watch Trump sit there and actually give a shit. You know, he's not talking like a politician. He's just going, we got too many people dying from this fentanyl. China's bringing it in, and it's getting across the Canadian and Mexican border. He's like, if you guys don't do something to quit this shit, to stop this fentanyl from getting in here and killing our children, then we're going to put a 25% tariff on Canada and a 25% tariff on Mexico. And then he does it. And then yesterday, Trudeau goes, well, we're going to put a tariffs on American products. And Trump goes, fucking go for it, Mighty Mouse. Aim high, Willis. Aim high. Well, Mexico broke, and Mexico broke almost immediately. And Mexican President Claudia Sheinbaum agreed to send 10,000 troops to the U.S. border. Mexico will immediately reinforce the border with 10,000 members of the National Guard to prevent drug trafficking from Mexico to the United States, particularly fentanyl. So we declared that the cartels are a terrorist organization. And we kind of thought, Trump's going to send the Marines. We're going to fuck up the cartels. No, it's better than that. He threatened Mexico with tariffs, and now Mexico says we'll send 10,000 of our troops to fight the cartels. They're going to fight our war for us. And all we had to do was go, we'll start charging the shit. We'll tax the fuck out of you. And they went, all right, we'll behave. As quickly as he made that happen, it makes me so retroactively angry at all of our other leaders to know that they could have done this shit, and they never even tried. Number 3, our teams will begin working today on 2 fronts, security and trade. The United States is committed to working to prevent the trafficking of high-powered weapons to Mexico. They are pausing tariffs for 1 month from now. This is what Trump had to say about it.
Need to do for you to lift the tariffs? What are specifically you want? That have to balance out their trade, number one. That got to stop people from pouring into our country, and we've stopped it. They haven't stopped it. We've stopped it. They have to stop people from pouring in, and we have to stop fentanyl, and that includes China. Fentanyl has killed this year at least 200,000 people.
Fuck.
It's pouring in from China through Mexico and Canada, and they've got to stop it. And if they don't stop it, the tariffs are going to get worse, a lot worse.
I mean, my whole God damn it. My whole life, I've been led to believe that these tariffs are bad. They're terrible. They're going to hurt the middle class. They're going to hurt prices. And theoretically, yes. But when you've got the deepest pockets in the room, you absolutely can use it for leverage. And that's what Trump has been doing. And it's working. I mean, these countries are breaking, and they're not even breaking after a trade war. The trade war doesn't even start. He threatens one, and they go, all right, we'll do whatever you want. You know what that tells me? That tells me that these smaller countries know they've been getting away with murder. They know they've been fucking us over, and they've basically been sitting up there for decades going, do these guys not realize what a fucking sweet deal we're getting? Like, these countries tariff and value-added tax the shit out of us. We don't do a goddamn thing. We just suck it up, take it with a smile. And then the minute that Trump goes, well, we're going to tariff the shit out of you if you don't do what we want. Like Democrats and like establishment Republicans go, oh, he's a madman. Oh, he's going to tear down everything we built. And then before they can even get the sentence out of their mouths, those other countries go, all right, we'll do whatever you need us to do. What do you need us to do? Let's just cool it with these tariffs. It's like these countries all got together and they went, we're going to not say anything about the fucking gravy train we're on right now. And as soon as they bring it up, we'll just yield. And we'll just go, well, the jig is up. What do you do? Like I'm retroactively getting mad at Clinton and Bush and Obama and, well, obviously Biden. Because this is effortless. Trump is doing this like that. It's nothing. It's 2 weeks in. And he's accomplishing this. Julius Presley with $5 says, please, Mr. President, we beg you, sir, we don't want to win anymore. It's too much winning. I'll be honest, I was nervous about this Mexico-Canada thing. And before I could even get a full night's sleep, they were already bending. Leo with $1 says, no, they don't rule when you don't know how to use them. Well, I mean, the guy knows how to use them. He's using them right. Los Federales with $1 says, sorry, I'm late, boss. Johnny is still pushing DEI at the meat emporium, and I had to wait for the new panda bear to arrive. He says pandas are perfect because they're white, black, and Asian. Oh, I didn't know that. That's going to put us $40 away from tonight's goal. Thank you guys very much. MSO, tariffs and baldos, that's not how I feel. And also, they have nothing to do with one another. How dare you? People in the chat just saying, like, it's only going to get better from here. I mean, he's setting people straight right off the bat. It's crazy how well this is working. So we had Mexico back down. I think we covered that one. I'm sorry, I'm a little disorganized here in my stuff. You want to do Panama or Canada next? Because we got results from both of them. So Jimmy Carter did something utterly retarded. He said, well, I'm a good Christian, and the Panama Canal is owned by the United States, and, it's in Panama, and it's just wrong that we don't let Panama have that gosh darn canal. Well, you know what? We built that fucking canal. Our workers died building that canal. So suck our dicks. It belongs to the United States. You think a bunch of Panamanians were going to come up with the engineering to build the Panama Canal? No. Without us, there is no canal, so it belongs to us. Jimmy Carter giving that away is one of the biggest slaps in the faces to the American people you can possibly think of. Could you imagine if the United States collected tolls from the Panama Canal? What kind of income that could generate? Like America just starts taking points, Well, Panama, those dirty, under-the-table dealing, rat fuck bastards, we give them the Panama Canal. You know what they start doing? They start inviting the Chinese in as part of their Belt and Road Initiative and basically start giving the Panama Canal away to China. These rotten fucks, we hand them one of the wonders of the modern world, and they give it to our enemies. So Trump said, fuck you, it's ours now. We're taking it back. And he threatened the shit out of Panama, and he said, you end this deal with China, or we're taking the canal. And we might still take the canal. And this is what happened with the president of Panama. Says an important thing, which is a decision that I adopted and communicated to him being Trump. The Memorandum of Understanding of the year 2017 on the road, Belt and Road Initiative, will not be renewed by my government. He said, China, we can't fuck with you guys no more. Big Daddy Trump came and said, it's going to be a bad, bad stretch of road for you if you keep dealing with the Chinese. So you want to talk about America versus China when it comes to who's the superpower? We had this power the whole time. Trump's just the only guy who's not afraid to use it. Trump snapped his finger, basically patted China on the head, and went, that's okay, boys. We got it from here. Piss off. This is like America versus China, round one in the Trump administration, undoubtedly went to the United States. We pushed them out of the Panama Canal. And if you don't think we're taking the rest of it, I was watching a Trump press conference today. We're taking the rest of it. Dude, Trump's still talking about Canada should just become the 51st state. And I love when he does that because I just imagine Trudeau just getting fucking pissed, just getting really mad. Like, how dare he talk that way? And Trump just has this aura about him where when he talks about it, he's like, oh, yeah, you don't like it? What the fuck are you going to do? Tell me. He laid it out today about Canada. He said, we don't need you. And I was like, fuck yeah, it's about time. So China's out in the Panama Canal. We are going to study the possibility of whether it can be finished earlier or not. But I think it's his turn. In 1 or 2 years, the renewal, because it is every 3. So this initiative that was signed, when it was signed at the time, it was signed will not be renewed by my government. I believe that this visit, by the way, he met with Marco Rubio. So our Secretary of State, Marco Rubio, went down there and basically said, look, we got plans for your little canal, and you're kicking China the fuck out. Paves the way for building a new stage of relationships. By the way, if you've ever seen what a buck-broken leader of an insignificant country looks like, it looks like this. I haven't, honestly, maybe I'm just being a sucker and I'm swallowing the whole Trump wafer. I haven't felt this patriotic in years. Maybe since, straight up since 9/11, I haven't felt this patriotic, just watching him manhandle people. And does it feel like the resistance just isn't there like it used to be? Like everyone else used to light their hair on fire every day and go, oh my God, he's going to wreck everything. Like it seems like he's even breaking them too. That's how I see it. That's how I felt it on behalf of the secretary. And at the same time, try to, as far as possible, to increase U.S. investment in Panama. I explained a series of infrastructure projects that the government has in portfolio. Blah, 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 blah. Yeah, whatever. That's cute. You think we're going to work with you. Hand it over, motherfucker. Hand it over. You had a good run, but you tried to give it to our enemies. We're taking it back. Julius Presley with $2 says, suffer Canada, Panama, and Mexico. Wait, what are those countries? Hold on.
Cause they love them in London and Paris and Tokyo, America, Scotland and Canada and Mexico.
They say, I believe in the tariffs. I believe in the tariffs. Ah, shit. Miss Tay is back with $20. Says, loaded wrench just extorted me, but I still believe in Joe Hendry. But do you believe in Toe Hendry? Is the question. Hey, boys and girls, that puts Miss Tay back on the board. Miss Tay is now at $40. The goal is $25. We're only $25 away, guys. Take it home. $5-10 at a time. Go on PayPal, Streamlabs, Venmo, whatever. Let's bang it out. What a fucking killer show tonight, guys. Thank you so much. So here's where the standings are, because we started tonight with 3 women in the top 4. Now we have Oz in first at 90. We have Grey Duckling in second at 69. We have Miss Tay. Oh, no, I'm sorry. We have Jessica at 50 and Miss Tay at 40. So it's still 2 chicks and 2 dudes in the top 4. $25 left in tonight's goal. Thank you very, very much. Now I'm kind of scrolling up through the chat to find some Trump stuff, some comments you guys have before I move on to the Canada one. Oh, you guys are already in the Canada thing. Okay, perfect. Let's go ahead and let's continue on here, because the lone holdout this morning was Canada. You know, Panama had already bent, Mexico had already bent, but Trudeau was like, we're going to put tariffs back on you. Yeah, you know, he wanted to have a sissy fight with us. Well, apparently he didn't make it very long, because he got bitch slapped. Oh, shit. Hold on a minute, guys. Guess what? Hey, those of you with steel-toe derangement syndrome.
But I'm afraid I've got some bad news.
Oh, boy. Number one, Adam just went up to $76 for the week. So he's now in second place behind Oz. Adam with 10 gifted memberships. Thank you very much.
And I just want to say thank you for making it happen. Thank you.
There it is. The goal has been knocked out for today. Every dollar you guys send to the toe from this point onward goes towards tomorrow night. Remember, if you knock out your goals now, they go towards your show, not towards the next one. Morning show, I think, is $10 into theirs tomorrow. You guys are now dead even. Anything you guys throw in goes toward tomorrow night. Thank you so much for your incredible generosity this evening. In an hour, you guys banged out the goal in an hour. $200 an hour, not bad. Thank you guys so much. All right, hey, watch this shit. You know, like I say, this show is so much fun to do. I love hanging out with you guys. I love trying to entertain you every day. I always say once the goal's knocked out, fucking this is the funnest job in the world. So thank you very much. We can really dig into this shit. Trudeau was putting his big boy pants on for a little bit, and he was going to go back at Trump with the tariffs. But by the end of our show this morning, he had already called up Trump and said, do you think we could talk at like 3 o'clock today? We just really need to talk this out. It's just getting so dramatic, Don. It's getting so dramatic. And Trudeau ended up caving. Trump and Trudeau strike a deal to avert U.S.-Canada trade war. Oh, my God, how great is this? President Donald Trump and Canadian Prime Minister Justin Trudeau agreed to delay Trump's proposed tariffs on Canadian imports into the U.S. on Monday afternoon, saying, I just had a good call with President Trump. Hold on a minute. Hold on. I don't have the mic hooked up. Hello? Oh, shit, hold on. Wait a minute.
Not a big deal.
Yeah, no, go ahead.
Just wanted to stop by and say hi.
Ladies and gentlemen, on the phone right now, one Ryan Oz-Klein. First of all, thank you for your generosity, sir.
You're welcome.
You know, you're still the cock of the walk. You're still the big dog at $90. We got somebody getting up to 76 and somebody getting up to 69, but they ain't got the balls to pass you.
Well, then I win.
All right, well, let me ask you something. You going to get to those gun shows with Derek and Tracy? I think you should bust out that laser engraver, dude. Trump's back. You can bust out that laser engraver and make a fortune.
Yeah, with all of his new sayings and all that bullshit, I can put that on guns and all of the magazines. Yeah.
Well, call Derek and Tracy. I know they want to hear from you. Pick up the phone like you did for me. Give them a call and say, let's get out to those gun shows. I'll bring the laser engraver and we'll make a fortune.
Yep, sounds good, sir.
All right, thanks for the call, and thank you for your generosity, buddy. I appreciate it. You should come here and do a show sometime soon.
Okay, thank you, sir. Take care.
All right, later. Is that a couple of barley pops or two, I think? Oz, is that a couple of adult beverages, perhaps? But I hope he remembers that phone call, and I hope that he gets on the show very soon. He comes down and does one. Some people saying he's drunk. Look, he's had a couple of wind-ups, okay? He's had a couple of wind-ups. That's all. McBuster says Aaron does verklempt gay F-word lisp really well. MSO says tell him there's an open bar. Yeah, I'll pick a night where the kids aren't here, and we'll let Oz, sleep it off on the couch, and he can hang out one night, and we'll do a fucking crazy evening show. Maybe on a Wednesday night. We'll go fucking crazy. It'll be a great time. So Trump and Trudeau figured out a border deal. Canada's going to help out with the border a little bit, which again means these assholes have been doing literally nothing to help us. All we needed was one president to flex our muscle a little bit and go, hey, we have this problem. Help us solve it, or you're going to have to check out the hook. Well, you get the idea. Help us solve this problem, or we're going to tax you. We're going to punish you. What's the point of being the world superpower if you don't throw your weight around to get what you need? Like, Donald Trump isn't even trying that hard to get this shit done. Donald Trump is just using common sense, leverage, basic business skills. I'm starting to think that a business major fresh out of college could run the country. Like, you could get a kid who just like has been doing pitch meetings to his professors for projects for a grade, and they could run this country better than these bought and sold corporate whores that we've had running this country. So Canada, with some of the features here, again, nearly 10,000 frontline personnel are and will be working on protecting the border. In addition, Canada is making new commitments to appoint a fentanyl czar. We will list cartels as terrorists, ensure 24/7 eyes on the border, launch a Canada-U.S. joint strike force to combat organized crime, fentanyl, and money laundering. Ooh, some of these banker fucks are going in jail. Is there anybody Trump won't thumb his nose at that could potentially kill him? I think him surviving that assassination attempt, and Tucker Carlson has said this a lot, it changed him. Like, it put him on a mission. Like, I think before there was a little bit of bluster in what he was doing. I think surviving that assassination attempt made him completely fearless. Whatever hesitation, because this is a different guy from 2016. The 2016 guy seemed a little gimmicky. This guy seems like he understands he's on limited amounts of time and he's not fucking around and he's going to get it done. Dude, he's going after the intelligence community. He's cleaning house at the FBI. He's shutting down U.S. foreign aid. He's thumbing his nose at everybody on our border and saying, do what we want or else. He's talking about taking Greenland, making Canada a state. He's talking about taking back the Panama Canal, and he'll do it. I think when that bullet grazed his ear and he lived, I honestly think he went, I'm untouchable. I've got a mission, and I'm going to get this mission done. I think he honestly felt the hand of God in that assassination attempt. And he's one of these I'm here for a reason kind of guys, because he's fucking with the FBI, the CIA, foreign aid, foreign policy. He's fucking with the Pentagon. He's talking about totally wiping out the Department of Education again today. And now he's talking about going after these bankers who are laundering fentanyl money. These are people who have murdered powerful people before in history. And he doesn't give a shit. He's going after them. Now, where did we leave off here? I also, Trudeau said, I also signed a new intelligence directive on organized crime and fentanyl and will be backing it with $200 million. Not only did Trump make this guy do what we wanted him to do, but he also made him go to his people and publicly announce that he's a buck-broken bitch. I love that. I love that Trudeau had to go to his people and go, I'm doing this for America. Because remember, the last time he talked to them, he was telling them, we're going to fight back. We're going to get these guys. We're going to tariff them back, and we're going to have a trade war with the U.S. And now Trump's got him going in front of his own country going, we're going to join a task force with the U.S. We're going to watch the border all the time. We're going to put 10,000 people on the border. We're going to go after the fentanyl distributors and the traffickers. And we're going to go and what is it? We're going to go after the money launderers. Oh, and to boot, we're going to take $200 million out of our own pocket for the pleasure and spend it to help the United States. Dude, it's like Trump's running circles around amateurs when it comes to these negotiations. And again, we're only 2 weeks in. So we're off to an incredible start. We're doing an amazing job. And I don't think it can get much better than it's already been. We got to keep cutting spending. We got to keep cutting departments. If we can get that fucking budget balanced, the thing that'll do for the monetary supply, the thing that'll do for responsible monetary policy, if the United States doesn't have to keep printing money, what that's going to do for deflation and the economy, there's no stopping us. There's no stopping us. Get out of this Ukraine shit. Take back the Panama Canal. These are all really winning moves. Billy Bob Norris says, I love Canada. I really do. But Canada brought a lot of this stuff on itself. Well, no, I don't even be too hard on Canada. America finally has a president who's willing to use the advantages we have. Are we on the, yeah, let's play this clip of him talking about Canada. And it's just like, how haven't our presidents been talking about, I'm really tired of, you know, my whole life I've had presidents talk about Canada like they're our equal. They're not. Nobody's our equal. And there's no, we should have a president who's proud of that and represents us that way. This is Trump today signing executive orders and talking about the tariffs.
President, on Canada, when you talk to Justin Trudeau again, is there anything he can give you at 3 p.m. when you talk again to also
I don't know.
Pause,
I don't know.
like you said with Mexico?
I don't know. We have big deficits with Canada, like we do with all countries. I mean, I look at some of the deals made, I say, who the hell made these deals that are so bad?
I just love when he does the actual Shane Gillis bit. Because Gillis said, in order to do a Donald Trump impression, you just say something and then say you said something. And Trump literally did it. He went, I look at some of these deals that we've made with other countries and I go, who the hell made these deals? They're terrible.
I want security of the rare earth, and they're willing to do it.
Oh, that's the other thing. Trump was talking about the $200 billion we've given Ukraine. And he's like, I want your fucking rare earth. I want your resources. I want to take shit from you to pay back that $200 billion. And Ukraine was like, what? He's like, yeah, motherfucker, this ain't Burisma. You know, this isn't just giving you shit for free. Give us your rare earth minerals. And they have no choice but to go, okay, I guess. So good. You want America's help? Pay up.
On Canada, when you talk to Justin Trudeau again, is there anything he can give you at 3 p.m. when you talk again to also
I don't know.
Pause,
I don't know.
like you said with Mexico?
I don't know. We have big deficits with Canada, like we do with all countries. I mean, I look at some of the deals made, I say, who the hell made these deals that are so bad? But with Canada, I have a talk with him, and you maybe know or maybe not. We're going to meet again or talk again at 3 o'clock.
Like, we all know that Justin somebody in the chat desperately wants me to call him Trutard. Fine there, Trutard. I just get the idea. I don't know what you think, but I just get this idea that Justin Trudeau knows how overmatched he is with Trump. And he looks to these phone calls that they have and he goes, come on. Like, he looks in the mirror and goes, come on, Justin, you're strong enough. You can do this. You can stand up to him. Like, I feel like Trump anticipates the phone call with Trudeau where he's like, I'm ready for this. Let's fucking get this done. And Trudeau looks at the phone call and he's like, I will be okay. I can stand my ground. I just feel like Trudeau's a bitch and Trump is clearly the alpha in this situation.
Right after my next meeting, and we'll see what happens. I can't tell you what's going to happen.
You mentioned that he could agree to.
Now, this is great. This reporter's going to ask him, is there anything the Canadians can agree to that will get the tariffs to stop? And I think Trump gives an answer that floors even this woman.
Change your mind on the tariffs?
Well, we can always, look, what I'd like to see, Canada become our 51st state.
Fuck it. Yeah, right? Like, this is what I'm talking about. Like, Donald Trump will pitch this right to Trudeau's face. And it's an incredibly insulting thing to do. And Trump does it and just goes, the fuck you going to do about it?
We give them protection, military protection. We don't need them to build our cars. I'd rather see Detroit or South Carolina or any one of our Tennessee, any one of our states build the cars. They could do it very easily. We don't need them for the cars. We don't need them for lumber. We don't need them for anything. We don't need them for energy. We have more energy.
That's just it. We don't need your lumber. We don't need your cars. We don't need your energy. But boy, do you need our dollars. Trump understands that and he leverages that. Give us what we want. We're already your military. Anybody fucks with you, we got you. Like that's the problem with NATO and Canada and all this shit. We give these other countries all the benefits of an empire, but we don't take anything. NATO countries haven't paid their weight on NATO in years. We just foot the bill. And Trump's not okay with that.
That they do. We don't
Donald Trump is literally the first president in my lifetime where I felt like to him, I exist.
Need them for energy. So I say, why are we doing this? Why are we willing to lose between $100 billion and $200 billion a year. We don't need them. As a state, it's different. As a state, it's much different. And there are no tariffs. So I'd love to see that, but some people say that would be a long shot. If people wanted to play the game right, it would be 100% certain that they'd become a state.
Now, I don't want Canada to become one state. I'd like to break it up because you'd just be handing Democrats elections for the next however many years. But there's what, 80 to 100 million people in Canada? Could break that up into probably 10, 12 different states. You know, you had some red states and some blue states.
But a lot of people don't like to play the game because they don't have a threshold of pain. And there would be some pain, but not a lot. The pain would be really there. So we're going to meet again by phone at 3 o'clock, and we'll let you know what
on Israel, President Trump, you're prepared to meet with Benjamin.
All right, and then there's Israel talk and stuff. That gets real in the weeds. But, like, once again, Trump was on today, man. He was 100% on again. We've got Phil Herslit says, no goal, another win for the Dirty Toes. Oh, yeah, we've been fucking crushing it today. Kloppo, just be a fan, dude. Stop seething and worry. Like, every time we kick ass and every time, like the internet today acknowledged, like steel-toed derangement syndrome is a thing. Aaron's right. These people are obsessed. We've won, dude. We've won. Instead of just being desperate and creating fan fiction whenever you don't get your way, you enjoy the show. You're a big fan. Sit back, embrace it like everyone else has, and then you won't have to look so foolish every time you come in here. Guys, definitely don't throw in money right now. Kloppogram's feelings will get hurt. His fee-fees will get hurt. Kloppo, say it with me.
His name and he appears.
You believe in Joe Hendry. You believe in Joe Hendry.
Cause they love him in London and Paris and Tokyo, America, Scotland and Canada and Mexico. They say,
I believe in Joe Hendry. I believe in Joe Hendry. You know what it is? Like, we actually have fun and we're fucking out of our mind over here. Kloppo's used to watching drama shows that are angry and all the time. So he's like, why is this weirdo being happy? Because we have you, Kloppo. Because we have you. All right, we got some more stuff on Trump just kicking the shit out of people today. The U.S. aid thing. Now, I'll admit, I still get surprised by certain headlines. I know I shouldn't be. I should go, dude, this is just the rule we're on. Get used to it. But apparently Trump has shut down U.S. aid. Our foreign aid, shut it down. Talking billions of dollars a year. And Trump just said, nope, done. Carolyn Leavitt, the press secretary, was highlighting for the press today the waste and abuse in U.S. aid. And these were four of the most insane examples she could find.
And here's the reason why Elon Musk and others have been taking a look. Because if you look at the waste and abuse that has run through USAID over the past several years, these are some of the insane priorities that organization has been spending money on. $1.5 million to advance DEI in Serbia's workplaces.
Wait a minute. Diversity, equity, inclusion in Serbia? Like, Serbia. It's just white people in Serbia. Like, there's Muslims and shit, but they're like white Muslims at this point. What the fuck is there DEI for in Serbia?
$70,000 for a production of a DEI musical in Ireland.
Oh my fuck! In Ireland? What are they doing for jobs for the Black Irish? Are you insane? A play. So DEI, you got to make a gay play about gay DEI. Holy shit! The Irish have lost their edge. I would fully expect the Irish to car bomb some shit with that going on. But no, kind of being pussies. They've gone soft.
$47,000 for a transgender opera in Colombia, $32,000 for a transgender comic book in Peru. I don't know about you, but as an American taxpayer, I don't want my dollars going towards this crap, and I know the American people don't either, and that's exactly what Elon Musk has been tasked by President Trump to do, to get the fraud, waste, and abuse out of our federal government.
Atta boy, atta girl. This is encouraging. Again, this is 2 weeks in. We're used to this shit taking years in politics or never happening at all. Ryan the Garbage Man says U.S. aid is a front for the CIA. Well, no shit. And it all works out in the end, said the same thing. U.S. aid is what the CIA uses to leverage American covert agendas in other countries. 100%. So thank God we're shutting it down. And I'm starting this new thing where I'm starting to decide whether or not something's a good idea or a bad idea solely based on who's freaking out about it. And if MSNBC and The View are freaking out about it, I'm like, this is going to be really good for us. If all the right people are losing their minds, because MSNBC is one of the most bought and paid for CIA shill organizations that there are. And don't kid yourself, Fox News is as well. Sean Hannity wears a CIA pin on his show. So they're bought and paid for too. They're all whores. And so whenever I see establishment people freaking out, I really do feel like this is just regular people versus the establishment, and what's good for us is bad for them and vice versa. So if Trump does something and they cheer it, I'm going to be a little nervous. If Trump does something and they act like the more they panic and set their hair on fire over it, because I know they would never set their hair on fire over me. I know that if something were bad for me, they would not give a fuck because I've watched them cheerlead that for years. So if the establishment people are setting their hair on fire, it's because they're about to get hurt by it. And usually when they're about to get hurt by something, the scales even out for the rest of us against them. So Democrats have had one thing right. There are haves and have-nots. There are two Americas. But where they've been wrong is that they're on the side of the wealthy America. And the Republicans, to an extent, have been on the side of the wealthy America. Trump's a different cat. And the stuff he's burning down is stuff that we pay for. It comes out of our pocket and it hurts us. And he's purging it, which is a good idea. Yankee says Walz was shitting himself talking to that Maddow dude. Klobuchar was freaking out about it. Really? Today? Or do you mean during the hearings? Because if we've got some fresh Tim Walz cuts, I'm in. Wisconsin dad's landmark COVID-related lawsuit moves forward. Yeah, I don't see any new Tim Walz clips. I see a lot of people shitting on him, which is a lot of fun. I mean, this is a guy who took a $17 billion surplus in Minnesota, raised taxes, and turned it into a $5 billion deficit by the time he leaves. Unbelievable. Amy Klobuchar got anything new today? Let's take a look-see. I know she got her fucking head handed to her by, what's his name? By Kash Patel. That was for sure. Where she went, I could stand here, I could talk to you about this for 5 hours. And he goes, you have 2 minutes. She goes, wow. Yeah, that's it. $50 billion a year is the U.S. aid budget. Okay, thank you for that. I also saw today that, and we're going to talk about this more on tomorrow morning's show, that Trump's moving forward with getting rid of the Department of Education. Department of Ed. It's just a department for guys named Ed. We'll have to find it tomorrow. We got some good stuff, though. President Trump, White House is reportedly weighing a plan to dismantle the Department of Education. Their budget is, I think, hundreds of billions of dollars a year. Department of Education budget. Actual spending. Well, this says 11.6. Oh, that's Minnesota. I was like, Jesus, 11.6 billion. That's not right. $238 billion. So more than 10% of our deficit. You get rid of that, that's more than 10% of the American deficit. Wiped out. Let's check usdebtclock.org. How's Elon doing, by the way? They've been tracking Doge cuts on usdebtclock.org. Where's he at? $54 billion in 2 weeks. Look at the kid go. Look at the kid go. So that's 2 weeks. So what's 54 times 25? That would be the whole year. 54 billion, $1.3 trillion in a year. So over half the deficit. If Trump balances the budget before he leaves office, holy shit. Holy shit. Going to be unbelievable. My dream, this all ends with the death of the CIA. That would be fun. That's too much to ask for, but that would be pretty great. Hey, guys, let's see how the other side's living, shall we? So we've been doing a lot of basking and celebrating in Trump for the last half hour and all that stuff, and we've already knocked out the goal tonight. You guys have been ridiculously awesome, and I can't tell you how much I appreciate it, but, you know, we can't be totally insensitive to the fact that there's a lot of people out there who are still reeling from this election. And they're still, quite frankly, very upset about everything that's happened to the United States the last few months. And a lot of those people got together last night at the Grammy Awards. One of those people was Lady Gaga. Lady Gaga won an award for some shit. And she went out there to make a speech. And boy, I tell you, if this isn't where the average American is at, you know, you guys say like Hollywood and the music industry. By the way, nice Klan hood down in front. You guys say that like Hollywood and the music industry is out of touch with what regular Americans want. If that's true, then explain to me this Lady Gaga speech that we're about to watch. Because if this isn't an entertainer who's got their finger on the pulse of the heart of the United States of America, I don't understand who does.
I just want to say tonight that trans people are not invisible.
No shit. I love that. Like, trans people are not invisible. I know they're like 1% of the population, and we can't stop fucking hearing about them. We haven't taken anything away from them. We've tolerated them more than literally any society in the history of the world has, outside of maybe the fake Persian Empire from the 300. Like the Frank Miller version of the Persian Empire might tolerate trans people more than us, but that's about it. Rocky Horror Picture Show, maybe.
Trans people deserve love. The queer community.
But by the way, this is my favorite part of this clip. Do you think that this motherfucker from Brooklyn, you think this poor kid from Brooklyn, New York, gives a flying barrel of monkey shit about this motherfucker is so bought and paid for? This guy is owned by so many people. And you think that this guy gets to become, why did he become a billionaire and Nas didn't? I'll tell you what, is he a better rapper than Nas? No. Is he a better rapper than a lot of people? Yeah, he's a better rapper than a lot of people. You know, but a lot of his contemporaries are more talented or just as talented as he is. He sucked all the right dicks and said yes to all the right people. So now, when this street kid from the hood in Brooklyn sits down at the Grammy Awards and hears a speech about how trans people need to be visible and they're the most wonderful things, he has to sit there with that dumb look on his face and go, don't tell anybody what you really think. No, don't tell anybody how you grew up. Don't be yourself. Be the whitened version of you that all the people who have paid your salary all these years have told you to be. Some sellout shit, bro. And Beyonce, bro, her family's from like straight black folk from Houston, Texas. Like the kind of area that like Adrian Peterson came from. The people, they're benefactors who have been secretly behind their careers for years, telling them what to do. They're making them clap.
community deserves to be lifted up. Music is love.
Is that Bruno Mars, by the way? I don't know. I don't know who anybody is anymore. You think he gives a fuck? Thank God he's wearing sunglasses. You'd see his eyes rolling. Lady Gaga has always been like the easiest. She's got to be a record executive's wet dream because like you can fill her empty head full of any bubble-headed shit and she will just regurgitate it out to people. Just say, oh, you'll be such a hero for the disenfranchised. Oh, I'd love to be that. And they play on these people's egos. Trans people are not invisible. Yeah, no shit. We can't walk a step. We can't go anywhere on the internet without seeing it just thrown right in our face. And the minute we go, hey, could we tone it down a little bit? Oh, you bigot, you horrible person. So don't worry. Nobody's worried that trans people are going to become invisible. And by the way, what's so bad about that? Everyone else is invisible. Why do you have to be special? Isn't that the goal? Because we knocked out ours, Kloppo. By the way, where'd Kloppo go? We have a little bit of fun with Kloppo. We expose him and he runs away. See, this is why it's easier if you just admit you're a fan like everybody else having fun. But like everybody wants to be invisible and just exist and be people. If what you do with your genitalia and what you do with your sexuality and all that is the most interesting thing about you, you failed as a human being. Point blank. And if the thing that gets you going and revs your engine is some dipshit pastor prime singer going up on stage going, you aren't invisible, you've really got to work on a self-worth issue. The Grammys, man. Jesus Christ. You know, the thing about the Grammys, and I saw that Beyonce won for Best Country Album. That's a goddamn joke, man. It really is. Because that, like, she did pop music. She didn't even do country music. Like, you guys make fun of me for the Post Malone thing. Post Malone moved his ass to Nashville, stayed up till 5, 6 in the morning every night, drinking beer and writing country songs with very famous country artists, guitarists like Billy Strings, famous producers, famous musicians who mainstream country fans have never heard of. Like, he put in the work and he made a country album that sounded like the 90s shit that I used to listen to. And I think it's very funny when you guys make fun of him. I think it's great. But, like, he put in the work. Beyonce put forth a pop music-infused drivel country horseshit written by somebody else, and they gave her a Grammy for it. Because it's cool to give Beyonce awards. And, like, who are the nominees here? Grammy nominees. Best country album. Let's see who got fucked over. Chris Stapleton. I guarantee whatever Chris Stapleton put out there was better than Beyonce's country album. Deeper Well by Casey Musgraves, talented woman. F1 Trillion by Post Malone. I mean, I'm biased. It should have won. Or Whirlwind by Lainey Wilson. I know Lainey Wilson's a pretty face, but she's a country chick. You give that award to Chris Stapleton, you give them to any one of those other four. Hey, who was the best country album in 2023? Lainey Wilson, Bell Bottom Country. Probably could have given it to Brothers Osborne, honestly, but whatever. Willie Nelson won the year before that. Chris Stapleton won the year before that. Miranda Lambert won the year before that. Beyonce. And by the way, you know, to say, oh, it's black, is it because she's black? No, nothing to do with black. Darius Rucker put out a banger album and won Country Album of the Year. I'd have no problem with it. He's got a country sound. My thing is, Beyonce was a fucking tourist. She did a drive-by in country music, and they couldn't wait to hand her the award before they even heard the album. It's just horse shit. McBuster says, to be fair, Post Malone going country is no different than no talent gay F-words exploiting Christianity for clicks. I don't know, man. You go listen to that album. It sounds country. It sounds like a country music album. MSO says Billy Strings, very good guitarist. Yeah, they did a song together called Mexico. It was very good. To be fair, a lot of today's country is infused with pop. but Beyonce is so far from country, she doesn't deserve an award until she's been working in country for a long time. I don't mind if people come into country on their first try and win an award. I don't. Darius Rucker came in from the Hootie stuff, and he fucking killed it. Darius Rucker crushed it. But Darius Rucker's also from South Carolina and has probably been more into country music his whole life, more so than the stuff he was doing with Hootie and the Blowfish. Like, you can tell who came from the background. Post Malone grew up on Dwight Yoakam and shit like that. And you can tell. But her winning that album, it's not the fact that she did country. It's that song. That song was just so not a country song. Los Federales with $1 says Beyonce winning a Grammy for country music makes as much sense as Hitler becoming a rabbi. Well, he did have a Jewish grandpop. Adam Simon with a gifted membership. Thank you, buddy. We've already knocked out tonight's goal. Anything you guys throw at us tonight is extra. Hey, consider grabbing something at the store, the Steel Toe store. And it will get a little more diversity. We'll put a little more DEI into it in the coming days and weeks here. But there's the link in the chat. Go ahead and grab a shirt or a hoodie or a mug or something from Johnny. Your call. It's all pinned to the top of the page. Thank you guys very, very much for your support of this program. It wasn't all horse shit at the Grammys. I think the true star of the show was Kanye. Did you see what his chick wore to I can't show you. I cannot show you on this program. She wore a sheer dress. Like, the only way you could tell she was wearing anything was because there was a cut line on her legs. It was completely see-through. Nothing was obstructed. Tits, nipples, pussy, the whole thing. Everything was out. She was nude. She was naked going to the Grammys. Now, it does look like they made her put a coat on before they went inside, which obviously. But I saw people commenting on it, and they're like, Bianca sensory needs help. She needs, what are you talking about? These two don't need help. They're weirdos. All right. Remember when Billy Bob Thornton and Angelina Jolie were together and they went to the Oscars wearing each other's blood in a vial around their neck? They're weird. Which is very strange to me because I don't mean to name drop here, but I've met Billy Bob Thornton, literally had a full-on 10, 15-minute conversation with the guy. He's normal as fuck. Like, he really is just a normal dude. Billy Bob Thornton in Landman is like him with the dial turned up a little bit. Like, that's who he is. He's just a dude. He's a normal guy. The blood vial thing, after I met him, I'm like, the blood vial thing doesn't make sense. It just must have been a different time. I think he was in like his 30s, 40s or whatever. He's like 75 now. And that was probably around 99. So you're talking, 26 years ago. Oh, God, he was still like in his 40s or 50s. Yeah, he still should have known better. But like, some people are just weird. And like, you get into the entertainment business. Yeah, people are weird in the entertainment business. Kanye's a fucking lunatic. The chick he's with is basically his Cabbage Patch doll. Like, it's his voodoo doll. He just dresses her up. It's his Mr. Potato Head that he sticks his dick in. He dresses it up however he wants. Everybody thinks like, oh, they need help or they need this. They're just a couple weirdos who found each other. What do you want to do? Unleash them on the rest of the world? Leave them alone. They seem to be doing fine. Kanye. So Don Lemon was at the Grammys. Why? I don't know. Does Don Lemon have a gig, or did he just show up at the Grammys with his phone and just start asking people questions? Whatever reason, he was on the red carpet, and he tried to get Kanye for an interview, and this is just too awesome. I had to show this to you.
Kanye, the number one artist you want to put on right now?
First of all, gay question. Shut up. So Kanye's got, now his woman, as you can see, I think it looks like they made her cover up.
Give me a second, I'm focused.
Give me a second, I'm focused. And then he walks away. I love watching Don Lemon just get punked like that. One more time.
Kanye, the number one artist you want to put on right now. Give me a second, I'm focused.
Later, bitch.
No interviews. No interviews.
That is great. Don Lemon, like, name the number one artist you want to put on right now. And he's thinking, Kanye will answer me. Kanye goes, all right, give me a second. I'm focused. Peace, bitch. And then just starts walking. It's awesome. Bigot on Socialist Media says mainstream media is 100% trying to damage Ye's reputation, but they aren't lying about his mental illness. Oh, yeah, he's fucked up. But here's the thing. My dad taught me this years ago when I was a kid. If you're weird and you don't have any money, you're mentally ill. If you're weird and you have money, you're just eccentric. That's all it is. Like, Kanye's got billions of dollars, so he's not mentally ill. He's eccentric. Just a weird guy. It's different. You know? Hey, Mikey with $2 says you should offer fister mugs for us big guys. Is that the ones where you, I assume, fister mugs, you grab them with the fist? Good. Big old handle like that. I'll look into it. I'll see what they've got. Leah says he hasn't had good music in years. Yeah, I mean, Kanye's more known for being Kanye at this point. Kanye's more known for his antics than he is for his music. MSO says, stop with the cards. All right, MSO, I'll make you a deal. We've had the goal hit for like an hour. Admit that I don't do the shuffling out of nervousness for the goal. You admit that you were wrong about that, and I will stop shuffling. Let's see if you can get over your pride and be honest. Because I told you, I was like, no, I don't shuffle the cards because I'm panicking about the goal. I shuffle the cards because I can't sit still. That's what it is. So MSO, the minute you admit that, you can't just say yes. I need you to state it. He says, I never said that. I believe you did. I said you called me nervous when I was shuffling once. I wasn't nervous. I'm just a fidgety fuck. That's all. Well, then it should be, well, technically, though, if you never said that, then it should be easier for you to say that now. So just say that right now, and I'll stop shuffling. McBuster says, degenerate gambler. It's just a stutter step. Taste Ferry Ialto says, throw one of those cards like the Gambit. Oh, you want me to be like Letterman when he would throw his cue cards? Just take them and go. That one almost decked the camera straight on. Now I'm going to have to go pick that one up or I'll have an incomplete deck. All right, until MSO admits, he says when pigs fly. All right. He's too proud. That means the shuffling does not stop. I'll stop when I'm ready, but I'll pick them back up again. I have to say this, though. My ADHD is kicking in like a motherfucker, and it's probably also the Celsius in that now that there's one card missing, I'm trying to pretend it doesn't fucking drive me nuts. Now I got to put them away. It's bugging me. It's bugging me. Adam Simon gifting a membership again. Hold on. That puts Adam Simon at $80. Oz is at 90. So that now means that, oh, wait a minute. No, because Adam Simon gifted a membership before that. So he's now at $84. Adam Simon is just $6 away from Oz. Gray Duckling is $21 away from Oz. Hey, Mikey with $2 says you can put your fist in the mug, 18 to 20 ounce. Oh, shit. What does that say about you? You got to shove your whole fist in there. MSO says, I was just trying to help. Shuffling makes you look autistic, even more so. Well, then you know what, MSO? You know what? I don't want to look autistic. They were supposed to fan out more. That all just happened off camera. And now I have a giant mess underneath me. And it was supposed to kind of like flutter down like that. It did not work. It did not work. That failed. And these cards are so shiny that the light from the monitor hits them. And it caused a real problem for myself. Thank you, guys. You guys are $10 into tomorrow night, by the way. Thank you very much. Ryan the Garbage Man with 50 cents says, check my text. All right, let's check his text, guys. It better be good. It better fucking be there. Just a heads up, I will be making a new moonshine in the coming weeks. I call it blueberry pie. Well, that sounds delicious. I hate to break this to people. I don't think I drank in the month of January. I wasn't doing like a sober January thing. In the winter, I don't really have a reason to drink. Oh, SP and I did go out for dinner one night and I had 2 old fashions. That was about 3 weeks ago. But other than that, I didn't drink. Even on New Year's Eve, I had an old fashioned, a beer, and a hard Fresca. That was my New Year's Eve. So it's not like I'm trying not to drink thing. I just don't. I need a reason to drink. I'm not one of these people who can just, there's nothing wrong with like, come home from work and I have a beer. I'm not like against that. I don't have anything against anyone. I don't think I'm superior to people who do that. It's just not me. I need a reason. Like the summertime, I'll admit, I probably drink a little too much in the summertime. I have a beautiful deck outside. I'm a big dick. My neighbor comes over. He works from home. If it's nice out, and it's nice out a lot in the summertime, cigar, bourbon, cigar, beer, whatever. Drink a little. And then golfing. I'm going to say I drink too much and I smoke too many cigars in the summertime. I more than make up for it in the winter, though, because it's just drinking is not something I do in the winter. I need a reason. That's pretty much it. I need a reason to drink. If I don't have one, I don't do it. Rusty Grammar says old fashions are great. Having a drink isn't drinking. I consider drinking to be having an alcoholic beverage. And by the way, did I tell you guys I'm over the Bloody Mary thing? It turns out I really just like spicy tomato juice. SP picked me up these alcohol-free V8 spicy Bloody Mary mixers. And I just drank those, and I'm like, oh, this is what I like. I just like this part. The vodka is incidental. So I just, turns out I just like spicy tomato juice. I don't know what to call. I don't know what to tell you. Los Federales says, I created special drinks at a party. I called them sleepwalkers. NyQuil, vodka, Jello shooters. No. What are you doing? Billy Bob Norris says, so you're over the gayness? I mean, our audience would say, no, I'm just over the Bloody Mary thing. That's all. MSO says, Soma and beer. Nice mix. No, muscle relaxers and booze are a... God damn it, man. What are you trying to die like Kurt Hennig? Trying to Rick Rude yourself? What are you doing, man? What are you doing? Oh, God, I just clicked on something and saw Don Lemon's stupid face. All right. You know how I said earlier that depending on who's freaking out about the thing Trump's doing, that determines whether or not I think it's a good idea and it's going to be bad for the country or good for the country. I saw someone freaking out today about the U.S. aid thing. And I'll let you guys decide based on the person it is, whether or not it's a good thing or a bad thing for the country that we're shutting down the U.S. aid office. Here it comes. This is from Alpha News. It's our good friend from the state of Minnesota, Ilhan Omar. Now, I want you guys to decide. Ilhan Omar is furious about Donald Trump shutting down U.S. aid. Does Ilhan Omar being furious about this mean it's good for America or bad for America? Now remember, we're talking about the same Ilhan Omar who said that she will always be Somalia first instead of America first, which is just splendid to hear. Let's go ahead and hear her thoughts on U.S. aid potentially being shuttered.
Thank you, Senator. It is really, really a sad day in America. We are witnessing a
You said Somalia wrong. Sad day in Somalia.
Constitutional crisis. We talked about Trump wanting to be a dictator on day one, and here we are.
I know, it rules, right? I always thought dictatorships were bad, but you know what? If your last guy was democracy, I'm going to go ahead and say democracy's overrated.
This is what the beginning of dictatorship looks like.
Cool. Count me in. We're talking about adding all of North America as a state. We're fucking crushing it. Dude, you understand we could expand by Canada and Greenland by the time this is all over? It's a badass landmass, dude.
When you gut the Constitution and you install yourself as the sole power.
It's almost like the last two Democratic presidents you've had in there shouldn't have signed so many executive orders. It's almost like your party shouldn't have nuked the filibuster. Might have come in handy. I want to say to the Democratic Party, thank you very much for paving the way for Trump. He's just using the gifts that you gave him. Thanks a million.
That is how dictators are made.
I thought dictators were made by people who make shady backroom deals that make millions of dollars for their family and themselves, and they enrich themselves while using the coffers of the taxpayer and give that to others to do their bidding while they clean house and make millions of dollars. I thought that's what dictators did. You're going to have to clue me into the last dictator who did a bunch of shit that helped the people of their country instead of stole from them. I'm fascinated.
What Trump and Elon and all of their
Elon, say it right, Elon.
cronies are trying to do is take away the constitutional power of Congress.
Don't worry, we're not going to make marrying your brother again illegal. Just pipe down there, sweetheart.
We get to decide. We have the power of the purse.
No, you know what? You guys had the power in November, but you bitched about trans people and DEI while he was talking about making a difference, and you got your asses kicked. You don't have the power of shit. You have the power of the purse. Go ahead. Every Democrat in the House, go ahead and vote for something. You'll lose.
We get to decide where money is allocated, and it's the executive's power to make sure that that money gets to where it needs to get. When we talk about civil servants being let go,
I get hard. I'm sorry. Oh, I'm sorry. I was trying to finish your sentence. I thought maybe we were soulmates. I thought maybe I would finish what you were saying. Civil servants being let go. You mean people who are on the dole, who get paid with my money and I get no say in how their job is done? Yeah, I'm sorry. You're not picking very convincing victims, sweetie.
We are talking about is not saving money.
Yes, it is. It's 1,000% saving money. That's literally all it is saving money.
Essentially saying they can get paid while they're home and their work doesn't get done on behalf of the American people.
Right. No, it's not. They're being fired. They're being canned. They're not sitting at home getting paid. That much I can assure you.
It is us, taxpayers, who are being ripped off.
Really?
It is us.
Really? Because I thought $200 billion going to a foreign country to fight a war that we helped start for them so we could give their oligarchs a shitload of cash from my pockets. I thought I was being ripped off when that happened. Oh, wait, no. That was us fighting for freedom and democracy. You know, that dictator who runs Ukraine? Tucker Carlson pointed this out, and it was perfect. Zelensky won't allow there to be elections. If you won't allow there to be elections, you're not a democratically elected leader. You're a dictator. So the United States, claiming to fight for freedom and democracy in Ukraine, is doing it by arming a dictator to the teeth. Great.
Taxpayers who are not getting the resources that we paid into. So I ask the American people.
Go ahead.
Do you want people at home and getting a paycheck and not providing services to you? The answer is no.
You're right. It's no. Why don't we just fire them? I'm not taking your bullshit yes or no answer. We're like, should we have them at work doing the job with your tax money, or should we have them at home taking a paycheck? I think they'd probably do less damage to the country if they stayed home and collected a paycheck. So I'd actually prefer that over them going to work and hurting me. But I think we can just go ahead and go with option C, which is can their ass.
Do you want the executive making the only decisions in this country, or do you want the elected representatives that you send to Washington?
No. There, I answered your question. I don't want that second one. You guys suck. You're corrupt. You're the one who said that you served Somalia before the United States. So, I'm sorry. You're not the person to be making this speech. God, it's her, it's Tim Walz, and it's Tina Smith. Those are the three people that people in other parts of the country can point to and go, hey, Minnesota, that's you. And there's nothing we can do. We can't be like, oh, it's not, because she's been stupid from day one. She's been worthless since day one. And she keeps getting voted in. And you can't say, well, it's just because she's Somali. Every Republican she's run against in her district has been Somali too. It's just she lives in a stupid, uber retarded liberal district. That's all it is. And then Tina Smith, oh my God, is she terrible. Did you see any of her stuff during the confirmation hearings? She's god awful. The only one on that Democratic side that I actually do respect, Amy Klobuchar. And maybe it's because Betty McCollum was my representative growing up. But Amy Klobuchar, I actually do, I think she's bright. She's also an asshole, which is good. Like, she's really shitty to her staff. And then, like, if they don't get shit done, she throws staplers at them. That was one of those things that killed her presidential campaign. People heard about that and they're like, oh, she's so mean. She's so terrible. And I was like, this is literally the most I've ever liked Amy Klobuchar. Is that the retarded liberal assholes that work for her got staplers whizzed over their heads if they didn't stay on task. I like that. Quit making flyers for your poetry jam and start making campaign literature. Wow. Chucked it at their head. I wish she would have hit him once in a while. That's like, I didn't get the whole controversy about Ellen DeGeneres when that all was going down. Remember, like, oh, she bullies her staff and she yells at her staff, and when her staff doesn't do what she wants, she throws things and this and that. I'm like, that sounds like a really driven person who hosts an incredibly popular show who has a lot of pressure on them, demanding that her staff do their fucking job. Now, is it the best way to motivate people? No, absolutely not. But it was this thing that, like, destroyed her, like her reputation, everything. I was like, so what? She's a prick. Like, I'm sure Johnny Carson was an absolute bear to work with because he had a really killer show he had to put on. So he had to make sure it was good. Letterman was an asshole. Like, there's all kinds of stories about how Letterman didn't have the personal touch. Wasn't like a hands-on, yay, I'm a fun boss. Just wanted you to get the fucking job done. No excuses. Rusty Grammer says, who wants their leader to be nice and eat ice cream with them? We need a big dick swinger like Trump, or we become the bullied. Look, when it comes to Ilhan Omar whining and bitching and everything else, makes me happy. Kyler becoming a member for his 31st month says, thanks for the gift. Something must have made it there. Has everybody gotten their twister yet? Because that went out last week. I've got one more to send out. And I believe it's going to a female list. No, it's going to Scott in Canada. That's who it's going to. I've got one more twister to go out. 10. We ended up, by the way, with that January promotion of the twister giveaway. We ended up with 10 being given away. That was very cool. Thank you guys very much for being a part of that. All right, let's open up our, oh my God, we're in overtime. Thank you guys very much for your support today. If you're just joining us, we knocked out today's goal in the first hour. So you're welcome. It was so much fun doing a show for you this evening. A perfect start to the week. Steel toe just fucking chugging right along here on a Monday. I'm just taking a look at some of the headlines before we go into some of our overtime stuff. Making sure we haven't missed anything since we've been on today. 2 airport employees arrested for leaking the video footage of the D.C. collision last week to CNN. 67 people are deceased. because people didn't do their jobs right, and they're arresting people who shared a video. Well, I mean, the rules are rules. I mean, leaking that, you're not supposed to leak that shit to the media and to the press. You do have to make an example of that. I get it. Big report. Canelo Alvarez versus Terrence Crawford is official. It's going to be held at Allegiant Stadium in Las Vegas. The Riyadh season event will be the first ever boxing card held in Las Vegas. Holy shit. Canelo versus Crawford, Riyadh season. So the Saudis are throwing an event in Las Vegas, and it's going to be in September at the Raiders Stadium. That's going to be, I mean, you got to watch that fight. Canelo versus Terrence Crawford, two of the best pound-for-pound fighters alive. And both of them a little past their prime, so I think it's fair. I don't think you can say either one of them has the edge. Crawford's pushing 40. I know Canelo's still like 34, but he's had like 75 fights. That'll be a great one. If they're having it at 168, though, I think Crawford's last fight was at 154. He's got to jump up 14 pounds. Look, Crawford's my favorite. Him and Usyk are my two favorite fighters. I've met Terrence Crawford. I met him at Hinckley at a boxing event. He's very chill dude. He's not like, oh, nicest guy ever. He's just like, hey, Bud, big fan. Bud Crawford. Hey, Bud, huge fan. He's like, hey, cool, man. He shake my hand, keep walking. That's how you do it. Just kind of a chill guy. And I just don't, he's not big enough to fuck with Canelo, though. I think Canelo's going to beat Crawford. I would love to go see that one. I would really love to go see that one. We'll see. See if I can get permission. Right? See if I can get permission to go check that one out. I'd really like to go check out Canelo versus Crawford. Mother, may I? We got more plane shit going on, by the way. This is getting weird. Anytime this stuff goes down back to back to back to back, like you had the Washington, D.C. thing, the Philly thing, there was some fighter that crashed in Alaska. And now there was this thing in Houston where a plane had to return to the airport because it caught fire, a United Airlines plane. We got to, like, this dates back years now. We got to do something about air travel, man, because it's getting really creepy. And I know that percentage-wise it's still an anomaly, but it's still more than it used to be. We got to do something to shore up the airline stuff. Maybe Trump's right. Maybe it has been DEI. But I have a hard time believing that it's just that. This is a plane that caught fire that had to emergency land in Houston.
Come on, I'll get long. Please remain seated until further inspections by the captain. Oh my God. Please get us out of here.
It's on fire. This is jet.
Chad, I can't blame people for losing their shit. That's got to be one of the scariest fucking things you can see on a plane. Like, you're in the air and one of the engines or the wings catches on fire. That's one of your nightmares about being on a plane. I can't fault anybody for being a bit melodramatic in that moment. There's something so helpless about being in the air and something like that happens. You're at the mercy of God at that point. Congratulations to all the people who didn't trample each other getting off the flaming airplane. Kind of a big move. Oh, why did that person say the N-word? Right there. Oh, we've got the audio of that Philadelphia plane crash, too. Apparently. They've released that audio.
Medevac Med Service 056, Northeast Tower. Contact Philly 123.8.
That plane went down in the middle of a fucking busy city street, and we barely heard anything about it. That's really weird.
Medevac Med Service Northeast Tower. Medevac Med Service 056, Northeast Tower. You on frequency?
Medevac Mike Tango Sierra 056, Northeast Tower. How do you hear this transmission?
Medevac Med Service 056, Northeast Tower. 360908 Foxtrot Northeast Ground, Roger. Stand by one. I'll get back to you when I can. Stand by.
Approach to runway 24, what's going on down there?
Position 765. We have a lost aircraft. We're not exactly sure what happened, so we're trying to figure it out. For now, the field is going to be closed, so no inbounds or outbounds probably.
All right, understand. Thank you.
360908 Foxtrot. I'm sure you copied that, but for right now, we're gonna call the field closed. We'll try to get you out here when we can. If we can't, we'll have to take you over to Atlantic. But
oh, and then they got dash cam footage of the crash. Oh shit! I haven't seen this yet. Look at that. This light. See, here's a light post. There's the plane. Oh my God. That is surreal. Like, that's a movie. Nobody's seen that in their actual life. I wish there was audio. That had to be loud as fuck. Why is it happening so much? It's too much. People always talk about the math behind air travel and how safe it is. That's too many, too close together. Is it just the DEI thing, or is there something else going on? Von Kaiser says, nothing makes me sadder than the agent lost his bladder in the airplane. Bigot on socialist media says you'd shit yourself if you were just a bit close. Dude, I'd shit myself the minute I saw it. For sure. Kraken Slappin says the aftermath was insane to look at. Oh, with the crater and the fucking the destruction. Oh, it was crazy. And we didn't really talk about it that much, like on the news. It wasn't covered. Taste Fairy Ialto says, I was joking about this being a DEI thing at first, but it turns out the pilot was a DEI hire. Is that the real deal? Philadelphia crash DEI. Investigators recover black box from plane that crashed in Philadelphia. Amos says Trump's DEI remarks on plane crash are beneath the office of the president. He's black. Sorry. Yeah, I don't have anything specific on Philly and that crash and the DEI stuff. I don't know. Red Fox Mad with $4.99. Thank you, buddy. He says worker ran over at airport by airplane. Can we stop, guys? What the fuck? Airline workers killed on ramp at airport. Jesus, Red Fox Mad, you're finding the real shit, aren't you? By the way, Red Fox Mad is at $30 for the week. So what are we looking at? What's the leaderboard look like right now? We got Oz in first at $90. Gray Duckling in second at $69. Oh, wait, I'm sorry. Adam is in second at $84. Gray Duckling's in third at $69. And then in fourth place, we've got Jessica at $50. So we've still got a girl. Still got a girl in fourth place. Still 3-1. CJ with $2 says air travel akin to a nuke plant, safe till it isn't. Kinda, right? And there's no way to find out. There's no way to find out which one you're going to be, you know? Everybody hit like, hit follow, hit subscribe. Thank you very much for your contributions. And by the way, knocking out the goal in less than an hour, another win for the toe. Those with toe derangement syndrome have issues. Buck meat broken. Let's check out this first one that Red Fox Mad sent us.
We begin, though, here at 10 o'clock with breaking news at O'Hare Airport. About 3 hours ago, a plane hit a vehicle on the tarmac known as a tug. The driver of the tug was pinned beneath it. It had to be rescued. Police say the 64-year-old is now in critical condition with injuries to the head and lower body. No one on the plane was hurt. We're working.
No shit. A plane ran over a guy in a little tiny truck on the tarmac. That guy's going to die. Nobody on the plane was hurt. Really? It's miraculous how that happens. Everyone's so lucky on that giant jumbo jet to not get hurt when the wheels hit a little truck. So wait, this guy hasn't died? Oh, God. I bet you it's one of those situations where you wish you were dead, though. Oof. I can't imagine those injuries being easy to live with. And then we have... and this was just a week ago, another incident at the airport. Were we just not hearing about this shit before? Or are we literally just hiring retards?
We come on the air with breaking news here at 4 on WCNC Charlotte.
Probably do that privately.
Airport officials with Charlotte Douglas now confirm an American Airlines employee has died after being involved in an accident. We're told around 9:30 this morning there was an incident involving a ramp vehicle. Multiple crews responded, but the person involved did not survive. The investigation is ongoing at this time. As we learn more, we'll update you on air and online.
Jesus. Red Fox Matt, thank you for two of the most depressing stories of the day. I appreciate that, buddy. It's very nice. Oh, man. Where we go? Last flight I was on, didn't understand what a double shot was. Fuck little Barbie doll bottles. Yeah, they'll pay however, or they'll pour however you pay. You can get good and loaded on a 3-hour flight if you're, really trying to. Hey, do you remember that bishop that decided to start lecturing Donald Trump in the middle of her little service? Like, took it upon herself to be like, Miss Trans Ally, Miss Gay Ally, while preaching politics from the pulpit? Well, guess what she didn't tell you? She makes a fuckload of money by importing LGBTQ plus migrants. So that moral come to Jesus lecture she had with Donald Trump about respecting the gays and respecting immigrants, well, it turns out it's because she makes her money bringing in gay immigrants. You know what? You can call Trump disgusting. You can call him whatever you want, but these fucking people who keep morally posturing only to find out that they are complete pieces of shit too is really getting old. Schiff, Swalwell, and that's just on the political end. Just these dirty, rotten, crooked fucks. Even the bishop, the religious figure who you would think would be beyond any suspicion, she looks down on Trump and says, you need to be nicer to those gays and those immigrants. Wow, she must have been doing that from a place of Christianity. Nope. Her pocketbook literally depends on being able to immigrate gay people to this country. Now, if you didn't know about this, here in St. Cloud, Minnesota, we're very familiar with this because the Catholic Charities would get big paychecks for all the Somalis they sponsored to come here and claim asylum. So the Catholic Charities and the Protestant charities, all the religious charity groups, would import people from a religion that wants to outbreed, outproduce, and take over them. But it's because they were getting money to do it. So they were like, sure, bring them all in. Why not? And they would sponsor them. And they would get paid by the government. This is, it is really something. Even this bishop who went after Trump did the same thing. Marion Buddy. After Episcopal Bishop Marion Buddy prayed for President Trump to have mercy on immigrants during his inauguration, it was found that the church Buddy leads was already involved in politics, especially concerning immigration, and has been for quite some time. The Episcopal bishop who lectured Trump was earning taxpayer millions to bring migrants into the United States. In 2023, her church played a significant part in immigration politics to the tune of $53 million in taxpayer money. The Episcopal Migration Ministry, they have a name for it, it's cute, received that money from the Office of Refugee Resettlement for aiding in the resettlement of 3,600 migrants. They assisted 6,400 migrants last year, though the dollar amount they received from that group hasn't been disclosed because it's, we're very early in 2025. One could speculate that it was more than 53 million. The funding is based on the number of refugees they serve, meaning affiliates have an incentive to maintain or increase the number of refugees they resettle each year rather than allowing the number to decrease. They brought in LGBTQ refugees and dude, how do you know if they are though? Right? Like if you can get from some third world shithole to the United States and just say you're gay, it's not like they're going to make you suck a dick on the plane. Just say you're gay. Just say you're gay. You can get in there. And you can get in there. They brought them through a special federal refugee program initiated during the Obama administration called Preferred Communities. Jesus Christ, they even had DEI in immigration. This program pays a premium over standard refugee resettlement for contractors that resettle refugees experiencing social or psychological difficulties, including emotional trauma resulting from war and/or sexual or gender-based violence, survivors of torture, lesbian, gay, bisexual, transgender, and queer refugees, refugees who are HIV positive, populations with physical disabilities, or other medical conditions. Again, you got more money for bringing in people with AIDS to this country. This is not a broken system at all. So wait a minute. The Obama administration would never actually answer the question if these Muslim countries were really shitty to gay people and why we would help any of them if they're going to be really shitty to the LGBTQ community. But we also acknowledged that they needed to be rescued and to seek asylum in the United States because they were persecuted in the countries they lived in. Boy, if that doesn't sound like a big old whopping batch of government horseshit, I don't know what is. Oh my God. It all makes so much sense now. This woman starts lecturing Donald Trump about being nicer to gays and asylum seekers because she's made $100 million over the last couple of years by bringing in gay asylum seekers. Nobody is pure. Nobody is authentic. Nobody is genuine. They're all whores. Even the bishop is just speaking, not based on what God wants, but based on her hustle. It's enough to leave a fella jaded, to be quite honest with you. Colin Cowherd had to cut to a commercial today because he got sick live on the air. This was a really weird moment. As someone who's been sick for the last week, sometimes it can just hit you. There's nothing you can do. His co-host, Jason McIntyre, ended up filling in the rest of the day. I guess Colin cut to a commercial, and then when they came back, he wasn't there. And people were worried. They were like, heart attack, whatever. Can I make a prediction? He was sick. He came into work, and I think somebody got a little bit of the tummy rumbles. I think Colin Cowherd, they don't want to say it. They want to be classy. You don't want to be like, guys, I got a really terrible case of the shits. I got to go to commercial, and then I'm going to head up to bed. I'm just really not in a good spot right now. Oh, my God, I feel like I'm about to shit a whale. This isn't going to work out. Jason, you got to take over for me, buddy. Like, you can't say that on the radio. So Colin Cowherd had to take off. All these people get scared for him. They're like, oh, my God, Colin, are you okay? Is your health all right? And it's embarrassing because All you want to say to him is like, yeah, guys, I got the squirts. I'll be fine. Just, fucking shh, let it go. Just let it go. But this is what happened. They were in the middle of talking about that dreadful Luka to the Lakers deal. I mean, I guess the rationale is Luka hasn't been healthy this year. Dallas kind of wanted to dump him before they had to sign him to an extension. So Dallas didn't want him. The Lakers wanted him. Anthony Davis has still got it. And they got a draft pick. So people are, the NBA is already kind of in spin mode, trying to convince people, no, this is a way more fair trade than it looks like. Okay, whatever.
Number 3 is the Lakers are aspirational franchise with statues everywhere in the building. And the bottom line here is I think we're going to get a more dedicated Luka. Folks, I'm going to take a break. I am getting very, very sick very, very quickly on this set, and we will return.
Oh, yeah, he's got to shit his pants. 100%. Why would people be more worried than that? People are thinking like, oh, my God, he's going to have a heart attack. Oh, my God, is Colin Cowherd dying? No, he's either got to throw up or shit really bad. What else does that mean? I'm getting really, really sick really, really fast. Anytime someone tells you, oh, man, I'm getting really sick, it means they're about to puke. At worst, they're about to shit. So this wasn't anything people needed to be scared about. Old Colin was going to get the Hershey squirts, and he wanted to take a commercial and be dainty like a good gal. That's all. Leave him alone. Don't bother him. You know what it was. He'll be back. He'll be back in a couple of days. Once his guts get wrung out, he'll be fine.
To get a more dedicated Luka. Folks, I'm going to take a break. I am getting very, very sick very, very quickly on this set, and we will return.
Yeah, leave him alone. Guy wanted to either puke his guts out or bring it out the other end. Later on, Colin Cowherd explained that it was a rough hour while he was battling an illness on air. He's got balls. Says, rough hour, but I'll be fine. That damn Luka trade may have just overwhelmed me. Yeah, he'll be fine. You better rest up, though, man. It's Super Bowl week. He's got to be on for the Super Bowl, man. Yeah, Colin just had to shit. Leave him alone. Yeah, Los Federales says he was turtling. That's all. The guy was just turtling. He'll be fine. Oh. Rusty Grammer says, I got you, Rex. They can fix it any fucking time now. What are you talking about? What can they fix? Yeah, Rexstart parody account says he came back with his shirt on backwards and they sent him home. They're like, oh, Colin, were you shitting naked again? God damn it. What gave it away? Your shirt's on backwards. Come on. Get it together, Call. By the way, Poe, I just noticed you've been very seethy tonight. What's wrong? I thought you were a fan. We've been having a great fucking time. It's been a perfect Monday. We knocked it out early. I noticed that's the seethe for a lot of the steel-toe derangement syndrome people. When we start doing well, they just they close their eyes and they go into wishful thinking land and do their fan fiction. God, I'm in your guys' heads. Really fucking bad, too. Like, really fucking bad. NYU professor slams MSNBC bending the fucking knee to fascism after Morning Joe host shuts down him calling Trump a rapist. This I love because this is lefties fighting with each other. And this guy, he got mad because he wanted to go on MSNBC and call Trump a rapist. The problem is, Sonny Hostin knows this from having to read all the legal notes. You can't go on cable TV as a guest and say something actionable about someone and put the network in danger of a fucking lawsuit. I mean, Trump has already settled one lawsuit with a media company. They've had to pay him. And now I think CBS or ABC is the next one. They're settling with Donald Trump. MSNBC doesn't want to add themselves to that list. But let's check out this guy shitting all over. I still love the fact that a guy wants to shit on MSNBC like he's Colin Cowherd in the middle of his show. Oh, they get a 5-second ad for this one. All right, here we go.
The problem is, and I wouldn't expect, based on pattern behavior, Mark Zuckerberg to think anything about this, is that this has real societal implications. And that is, despite the fact
I got to tell you guys,
Iger made $45 million last year, I would argue he's becoming more.
I got to tell you guys, this guy is just a bucket of charisma, too.
More and more impoverished in terms of his citizenship. And that is when a media company says things that are a fraction of the misinformation, slander, disparaging statements that the president has made himself, that happens every day online, and they agree to set precedent by bending a knee and bowing to this intimidation.
They're not bending the knee or bowing to intimidation. You can't go on the air and call a guy a grapist, especially when he's the president of the United States, when he's never been criminally convicted of that crime. He can decide to sue, and he ain't going to sue you, Scott Galloway. He's going to sue Joe, Mika, and MSNBC. So yeah, that's not them bending the knee. Bending the knee is them saying crazy shit about Trump and then going to Mar-a-Lago after he wins because they want to keep access. That's bending the knee. Asking you not to call a guy a grapist on the air is not the same thing.
It sends a chill across the entire fucking nation. I'm on Morning Joe, and I call the president an insurrectionist and a rapist, and Mika stops the show to clarify he was found guilty of sexual abuse.
But by the way, even this woman corrects him. He wasn't found guilty. He was found liable in a civil case, bro. God, this guy is a professor at NYU. Like, these are otherwise, everyone goes, oh, these people are dumb. No, these are otherwise intelligent people. Trump derangement syndrome, steel toe derangement syndrome. Same thing. It takes people who might have lives and normalcy, but there's this one guy, there's something about his personality that just breaks their psyche in half. And Trump, me, others, we're honored to do it.
Abuse.
Libel.
Sexual libel. He was found liable of sexual abuse. Is that the right terminology?
Yes, I just made. Call me Mika Brzezinski, but go ahead.
Look at what we're
doing. Yeah, well, is she bending the fucking knee? Is she a piece of shit now too, buddy?
All right.
Yeah.
And by the way, the judge then went on in his sentencing to say the street term for that is rape. Right? So what do you have? You have a group of people. This is straight out of the fascist handbook.
Oh, my God. They wouldn't let you say something actionable that they'd be civilly liable for. So now it's Hitler. God damn, dude.
Intimidate anyone who says anything negative about you. And
no, just that one thing. It's literally just that one thing. I'm sure you guys did a 10-minute segment just bashing the shit out of Trump. You didn't get to say your one big word. Well, you did, and then they chastised you for it, and now you're throwing a tantrum.
If these companies, in my opinion, had more fidelity to American values and the very important role media plays in checking power, they wouldn't be bending the fucking knee like this. So is it a practical thing to do? Yeah.
You know, if everyone were much more like you, Mr. Galloway, genius professor, Trump would have never gotten in there. Right.
You can't argue with that. Has it sent a chill across the entire country in what is an incredible double standard that the critics of President Trump are now feel that they're being held to? Look at the shit he has said about people that's been incorrect.
There's a difference, asshole, between incorrect and actionable. And that's what Joe and Mika were trying to tell you, bud. Wow. You know what? That's a good one. You know what? That's a good one to end on. That one's perfect. All right, guys, thank you very much. If you're a fan of this show, today could not have gone better. If you're not a fan,
but I'm afraid I've got some bad news.
Got you again, bitch. Take it easy. We'll see you tomorrow morning. Another win for the toe. Another psychological break for steel toe derangement syndrome. Take it easy. Have a great rest of your night. Thank you so much for your support.